Yeah, let's trade again without the mic muted. Hey ZA, hey Krieger. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, beautiful people. This is Morgan Zainen. We are on for 3.5 hours. Yeah. I had my mic muted. Sorry about that, boss. It is fixed now. How are you guys? How are you doing? How's everything? How was the beginning of your week? Apart from the fact that you both live in a country that's going completely fucking crazy. Alright. A few little things in my notes there that I want to bring up with you guys before we get started and play Rebirth. First, I just killed Vice, who is like the ultimate boss in Remake. So I'm a little pumped about that. I just wanted to let you guys know. We actually get a little cutscene when you clear both, you clear the Yuffie DLC and play through, is that better? I don't know. It feels weird seeing my knee there, but whatever. Yeah, you get a little cutscene involving Chad and Vice once you've cleared the Yuffie DLC and go back to Remake in hard mode. So I was really excited to maybe see another one once you actually beat him. Turns out there's nothing. But hey, this is it. I have my perfect fucking play log. You know, it's this little thing that you get once you've cleared the game that lists essentially everything, you know, you can get in the game. That includes assessing every single enemy. I've done that. Everything in my play log is now completely cleared. So I'm done with Remake itself. I still need to redo my hard playthrough of Yuffie. But I do believe that I'll manage to get everything done in time for Downtrail, which is really great. Speaking of Downtrail, I still have not decided. Thank you, Krieger. Thanks a lot. I'm really happy about it. It felt great, you know, when there's so many, you know, politicians you kind of want to beat up on in real life to just beat the shit out of this, like, crazy half soldier, semi-god, whatever the fuck he is. We'll get to see a lot more of Vice here on stream when we play other games from the compilation of 7, but I don't want to say too much about that just yet. Right. Other than that, last week, there was this one moment, Chad said something very weird, and I was talking about Ever Crisis, so I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying about, you know, the owls that we sometimes see when we're just out in the fields in Rebirth that lead us to the life springs. I've actually, you know, like, commented on them a whole lot, saying that this whole thing reminds me of the Wind Waker, that Zelda game in cell shading on GameCube, and that Rebirth just gives me this, you know, feeling of exploration that I love so very much. I can feel, you know, the how just ridiculously wide and large the world is, and I'm just exploring it, and sometimes a random ass fucking baby chocobo mandragora, whatever the fuck they are, will come up and get me, or one of these owls and shit, and I love that. And so yeah, I was worried, just catching half of what Chad said, that there was some deep lore on what those owls are, and actually I even wondered if they were created by Chad, which would have, I must say, kind of ruined my immersion. Not ruined my immersion, but, you know, I like the idea, the notion that they are natural creatures and that we just stumble upon them. Well, we're alright. They're definitely, I don't know that they're natural, but they were not created by Chad. One tiny tidbit of information, though, since this is Morgan Zanen, Deep Lore, yo, is that, apparently they've only recently appeared. Chad, you know, seems to think that they're new somehow. So, interesting. We still don't know what the fuck they are, but apparently they want me to go to the life springs, so we're gonna do, I think we're gonna do one of these tonight. We still got one more to go in Corel. Now, two more things, kind of deeper lore. The first one is the, so again, when we were playing OG on stream, I stupidly missed the conversation we can have with Hojo when we're in Costa del Sol. So I actually went off stream and caught it, and I gave you guys a quick rundown. And one of the things that I noted about this exchange, it's very loaded, there's a lot in there that's really interesting, but one of the things that's interesting is that he knows Cloud by name, but he seems unsure that he was in Soldier. He kinda like looks at his eyes and goes like, wait, were you in Soldier? Cloud? So I went back to the OG version of the meeting with Hojo in Shinra headquarters, looked at the dialogue, and my friends, unless I missed it, Hojo never learns Cloud's name at Shinra HQ. So he somehow knows who Cloud is, yet he was surprised that Cloud is in Soldier. That is all I shall say on that, but it is extremely interesting. And the other one, I'm really happy about that one. It is, okay, it's Ever Crisis stuff, y'all. I will probably say it again on Sunday. Prologue. I will be able to stream on Sunday. I wasn't sure last Sunday, but yeah, no, I'll definitely be here. And so what we'll be doing on Sunday, same time as usual, is Ever Crisis, but we're gonna start the First Soldier storyline. This is the prequel that introduces Glenn as a character, along with other great characters. I am super pumped. It is an Ever Crisis exclusive, and to me it is so beautifully written. It's fucking amazing. I can't wait to share that with you guys. I need to work on the accents I'm gonna give the main cast. If I do that stupid accent thing again, I might just go with Chinese for one of them, like the Might Sang accent, again, because there's like, you could have implications that if it were the real world, she would be Asian. You know, of course, like what does that even mean in an imaginary world? But you know, maybe we'll just roll with that for her. I'm not quite sure about the other ones just yet. We shall see. We shall see. I still have until Sunday to work that out. So, so yeah, I'll say that again on Sunday if I remember. But there's one really exciting thing I found with regards to Ever Crisis, the storyline in there, and how it is, you know, how it relates to the Rebirth storyline, Remake Rebirth, the R storyline, let's call it, and the OG storyline. And so, you know, I keep saying this, but like the Ever Crisis version of the 7 story is extremely close to the OG version. I've actually seen more and more, not more and more, I don't know that it's even a thing that we discuss all that much in the Ever Crisis community, but I do feel like a lot of people actually believe that it is the exact same story as OG and it's not going to change, and that the minor changes that we find are just, you know, like for convenience or development costs or what have you. It is still my deep belief, as you all know, that the Ever Crisis story is yet another timeline and that is going to diverge hardcore. Now, with everything we know at this point in our Remake/Rebirth playthrough, you may ask, well, how is it that there are no whispers in Ever Crisis then? Because the way it's been in those games, it seems that whispers show up when you're trying to move away from fate, from what destiny should actually be. That's when the whispers show up and try to fuck your shit up. In Remake, we very actively, you know, fought back and beat their shit up before they could ours. And this is kind of why, you know, Remake ends with this note of like, oh, anything goes now. This is a different timeline, you'll expect anything, which is both a meta commentary, a meta message to us players that we should not expect things to be the same in Rebirth, but also in world, you know, they have very actively done something with those weird creatures that were trying to keep them on a distinct path, which seems to be the OG timeline. So if, you know, Ever Crisis also is divergent in terms of timelines, how is it that whispers haven't shown up yet? And this is a very fair point to bring up. My personal take on it, I still stand by my position that it will diverge, but, you know, again, like, so far it hasn't, or minor differences that might not have warranted the intervention of whispers just yet, but we might get whispers in Ever Crisis. Another one, and I'm saying this with only the knowledge I have of the Rebirth, you know, story as far as I've played, so right after, you know, we escape from Corel prison. We might get more info on that before that game is done, but where I stand right now, considering what's happened so far, you know, and Sephiroth in the R timeline seems to be very aware of this whole, like, timeline shit, and he seems to want Cloud to do something or something. That's my feeling, anyway, with the very cryptic shit he says whenever we bump into him. Anyway, I would not be surprised if by the end of the Remake trilogy, we somehow changed the very metaphysics of how timelines work and where whispers act and shit. Actually, they've been gone since we killed Harbinger at the end of Remake, right? We haven't seen a single whisper so far in Rebirth, so maybe that's why. And also, I think I told you guys this before, but I have this kind of feeling like, you know, when there's time travel shenanigans or parallel universes, you can, or even like just like interdimensional travel in fiction, there always is this question of like, how does time relate to that? If I spend time, let's say you have two dimensions, let's call them the source and the first, just first example that comes to mind, right? Let's say I've been traveling between the two, right? And so right now I'm in the source, drinking a cocktail, whatever. What is happening on the first? Does the first time keep going on, moving forward at the same speed as it is on the source? If you realize that this is an obscure reference, not that obscure, it's a reference to 14, then in 14 we get some elements of you know, we kind of know how that works, but in 7, in the grander 7 universe, we have no indication whatsoever that, you know, I guess, sorry, let me condense all this into one open question. Did the OG timeline somehow happen in its entirety before the Remake timeline even starts? And I think there's a case to be made that that's the case. Again, Sephiroth seems to talk to Cloud like he knows everything that's happened in the regular timeline, and the flash forwards they had when we were at Destiny's Crossroads, again, the weird Whisperland at the end of Remake, they were very much tied to stuff that happens in OG later on. But you know, it doesn't mean that OG timeline happens, then the R timeline happens in parallel. It could just mean that time is non-linear and that the future and the past are just, you know, two directions in that specific dimension. I don't know. I'm just saying. Now, all this to say, if I'm right and there's some sort of, you know, one timeline happens, then another one happens, and so on and so forth. If Ever Crisis's timeline happens after everything that will happen when the third game is out in the R timeline, maybe whatever we're gonna end up doing to this Sephiroth will make it such that there are no whispers in the Ever Crisis timeline anymore. It's just a free-for-all where we have freed every future timeline from Destiny, right? It's not, you know what I'm saying? With the cards we have in hand right now, I think it makes sense from a lower, you know, standpoint. With everything we know, again, we'll probably learn more before Rebirth is even done, and definitely before the trilogy is done. Anyway, this was a long-ass rant to say I will still stand by my theory that Ever Crisis is going to diverge from OG. Eventually. Maybe it just hasn't yet enough for us to see the result of it in-game. However, there are a few minor differences. Left-handed Sephiroth has been pretty much debunked by Vitor, I think it is? Or Tom. Or Lama, one of the three. Anyway, one of my fellow Knights of the Round, the guild we have, or we will have in Ever Crisis, debunked my whole thing of getting excited about Sephiroth being left-handed in Ever Crisis and right-handed in OG. He's left-handed in OG. He's kind of ambidextrous, really, which kills the whole game. So never mind about that one. However, we do recruit Yuffie much earlier in Ever Crisis than we possibly could in OG, and the dialogue there is different. It does not happen in the exact same way. Very similar, but different. And there was another one, right? I don't know if you guys remember, when we were playing Ever Crisis, on the cargo ship from the initial continent, on the way to Costa del Sol, you know, there's a whole weirdness happening and shit, and Sephiroth appears out of the body of someone. In OG, that someone was, you know, your typical Shinra red uniform guy, they're both the guys that run the Shinra railways, but they also seem to be some officers are wearing the same outfit. Again, I realize this is a set reuse, no lore, no deep lore there, I'm just saying. It is a typical, we know this dude was Shinra, and it makes sense that he'd be on the ship because they're all over the place in OG. Whereas, in Ever Crisis, it looked like a reunion person, which is even more interesting because this asset of the reunion person, they created in Ever Crisis, and they've actually been using it quite a bit. In the Barrett flashback, we had two reunion people-like dudes walking around in the forest. They helped him out, they gave milk to Merlin, and they were wearing like red and purple, if I remember, instead of the typical black we see with reunion people. And I told you guys, alright, and they were just planetologists, so the exact fucking opposite of reunion people, in some ways, I guess. Anyway, you know, not reunion people. And I told you guys back then, alright, you know, the doilies explanation here, you all know that's not my jam, but sometimes you gotta face the facts, is that it's asset reuse. Except, that does not explain everything, because once again, you know, while reunion people are at the very core of the R timeline story, they are almost absent from OG. You could argue that we actually meet one in the Sector 5 slums, I've spoken about this before on stream, but it's not even entirely clear. It could just be a random Mako junkie that happens to have a tattoo, I don't know, right? So they, you know, the fact that they decided to create this asset, to me, is extremely relevant. They would not have, you don't make people work, you know, employees that get paid actual money on something when you could be spending those resources to code up the outfits that you're gonna make money off, right? And, so, back to the cargo ship. In the Ever Crisis timeline, instead of being your typical red Shinra uniform dude, it is a reunion person. And remember that in Rebirth, of course, reunion people were at the center of everything that happened, the clusterfuck that was a cargo ship, because Hojo was running experiments on them, right? And making them merge with Genova and all that shit. So, you know, I really feel this is not just a, fuck it, you know, we just need a random dude that Sephiroth's gonna rise out of. It doesn't matter. Let's go with reunion person that, again, we've created this asset, we don't yet really understand why. But it goes further than that, y'all. This is the fruit of my research. I've been actually rambling about this point and promising you guys that I'd look into it for, I think it's been weeks. I finally went around and did it. So the question is, does the typical red Shinra uniform exist in Ever Crisis? Did they create that asset? Do we ever see one of these dudes in the Ever Crisis, you know, exclusive graphics, those that I like so much, they're like halfway between OG and modern games? And I was pretty sure the answer to that was going to be no. Which then, again, gave, you know, a cheap explanation, a cheap doylist explanation for why it looks like a reunion person in the cargo ship. It's just, well, they were not going to create the red uniform Shinra, the red Shinra uniform thing for just this one scene when they can get away with never having it in-game, right? Well, guess what, friends? It is in-game. If you look at the Junon parade in Ever Crisis, you absolutely see Shinra officers wearing that outfit. So it would have been free for them, for Square Enix or Applybot or whoever, you know, does those cutscenes in story mode, to use the actual asset that was used in OG. So don't tell me I will not accept that you know, it is just oversight or coincidence, or that I'm thinking too hard about the fact that they chose to use a reunion person instead. It is relevant, it is a difference with the OG timeline, and I love it. I should still say, there is one sad, boring explanation for it. And that is that they actually want, it's the other way around. Kind of, you know, the same explanation for the Sephiroth being left-handed thing is that back in 97 or 96, or, you know, throughout development, you did not just create assets because you felt like it. And maybe, you know, it looked like a Red Shinra dude, but really they wanted it to be a reunion person or proto-reunion person, because maybe they hadn't thought of all the lore that we know get about them. But, you know, the fact that we kind of see one in Sector 5. And so in Ever Crisis, they just fixed that. Just like they fixed Sephiroth being left-handed all the time, because they didn't have the same development budget constraints than we did back in the last millennium. I kind of hate that explanation, but, you know, I just wanted to bring it up because maybe it makes everything I just said moot. So you just sat through 5 minutes of me ranting about Ever Crisis assets and reunion people for maybe nothing. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Alright, with that, my friends, one last little announcement. We are at 45 followers. We are 5 away from making affiliate. I'm super fucking pumped about that. So yeah, tell your friends, tell your family. Tell them about Morgan Zanen. Let's get those 5 last follows, you guys, so that I can make affiliate. And then we'll keep on that fucking trend, y'all. We will keep at it. We'll keep at it. Alright. And once again, as always, thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate it, and you guys are the best, and I don't deserve you. Let's play some fucking video games. Rebirth. Where are we at in Rebirth? We went through the Corel prison entire thing, so got a lot of backstory on Barrett, how he came to become Marlene's dad. She was actually his best friend's daughter. But his best friend was still alive, but he kind of lost it. Ended up getting shot by Shinra people. Then we got the fuck out of Dodge in a little in the buggy that Dio gave us. Dio being the head of Gold Saucer. Again, I really love that it's finally happening like I want it to happen, and we're kind of at the same point in story-wise in Rebirth and in OG. This is really cool to me. And then XIV, weird fucking Scottish cat dude on top of a Moogle that's following us around because, I don't know, weirdest fucking character ever, is also a fortune teller. And he gave us another fortune that was all like, oh, you know, like we interpreted it as, let's go check out a dilapidated Mako reactor down south. I think it's going to be Gongaga, like it was in OG, but we shall see. First, we have a bunch of side content to do, so we're going to start right off with that. And yeah, there's one thing I do want to say though. Sorry, I should, like in the previously thingy, there was this extremely strange scene where we saw Reeve. Zia, you remember Reeve? He's the you know, Shinra exec that you actually like. Long hair dude, clean suit, and he's the only one that seems to have a heart or empathy. And he was really mad about the plan to fuck people over. He just wanted to rebuild Midgar for the people and stuff. He seems to be, you know, like a fairly stand-up dude. And there was this scene where he was just like messing up with the search warrants for the gang. And then his secretary walks in and she's like, you should be careful. And he has this big old smile on his face like, you know what? No, fuck this, like, this is like French politics. I'm going all out now, fuck this shit. Now's the time to make a stand type shit. And there was a XIV plushie on his desk. That is all I should say. With that, my friends, let's fucking go. Let's go explore Corel. We're also gonna, actually, so to get started, there's this one quest that we didn't finish the last time around. So if y'all don't mind, let's start with that. There was, you know how Johnny now lives in Costa del Sol, And there was this whole thing about Yuffie did a weird thing on him, and now there's a whole bunch of Jonies running around. And they sent us after materials, so we're gonna go and get those materials for him. I only found 2 of them here and there. And there's another one here, I guess. Or not. Maybe? Yeah, let's teleport here and start a search from there. Hey, Rishant, my bro. It is fair, you know, I've been... Shit, it hadn't happened... What the mother... Have I seen this before? Yeah, apparently I have. They don't like fire. I totally understand that feeling, bro, of like, you know, this is... It's everything, anybody, and... Why? Oh, because it keeps disappearing and then... God, Guide is slow as fuck. You know what? Fuck this shit. So yeah, I get where you're coming from. And I myself have been fucking... I really don't like when this happens to me. I know it's not, you know, like, productive or... But sometimes it does happen that I get kind of stuck on, like, news items. Stuff happening, and I just have those... You know, like, web pages of some of those main newspapers or whatever. They're like live updates of the thing, and they just bring you anything new that comes up. I fell into that trap when the war in Ukraine started. I fell into that trap when I was living in the US, and I became a little obsessed with the Democrat primaries there. And I admit I've been doing a whole lot of that both last night and today throughout the day. Not as much today, actually, but last night I was definitely checking every 5 minutes. And I get that it is tiring and shit. That being said, what's happening is historical, and it could both be terrible, absolutely terrible. It could be the end of France, and I'm not saying that lightly, I mean it. Or it could be something positive, and I do feel like it's kind of our duty to, you know, yeah, let's keep talking about it. Yes, it is annoying, it's tiring, it is scary, and fucking... We're all exhausted already, and we have, what, like, almost 3 more weeks to go? Well, you know what I'm saying, my bro? I don't want this to... And also, like, more generally speaking about the stream and you know, the way I think about it and what I want it to be. I do want it to be a place where we can talk politics. So... We don't have to if you guys don't want to, obviously. I'm just saying, if any of you guys want to talk about what's going on in France, I'm very happy to do it. It is like nothing remotely surprising, but you're tired. And I get you, brother. God, do I get you. It is, again, it is exhausting and terrifying, but... You know. I want to be optimistic about this, okay? I sincerely believe that it might... How many do I have? Shit, I'm still missing 4. Oh, they're all the way out... Where's the tower? The tower is here? I think there's one somewhere around there, I guess. Let's maybe teleport to the tower. Ooh, I can bring my buggy here! Shit, I should have done that. My roof, my rules. Thank you, my bro. But also, you know, again, obviously I don't want this to be like an uncomfortable space for you. And I realize that the last thing you want is to, you know, like, see more of what I imagine you might have been, you know, wading in deeper. Anyway, well, you know. Hey Tom, Chocobo Butts, yeah, we're doing side content, brother. Like I feel like anytime you watch me, Tom, I'm not actually, you know, playing the story of the games I play. I'm just doing side content, or except when it is Ever Crisis, and you probably want me to do. Oh, I've never been here. You probably want me to actually Great Gains do content, and then I don't because I'm going through the story. I've got everything backwards. Fangin'. Look at this shit, you guys. There's like a bar in the and a fucking quest. This is amazing. Oh, is it Jules? It's my boy Jules. But first, there's some. Oh shit, that's what I wanted to do off stream is craft. That's alright. We'll just, if we reach max capacity on an object item, we'll just craft real quick. What is fun to do? Yo, Tom, you're in the US, right, Tom? Have you heard? I am genuinely curious. Again, sorry to bring this up again, but I'm genuinely curious about how much people talk about what's happening in France abroad. Like, have you heard anything about it? You know, it's just like, has it made international news or not? Is I guess my question. And if so, I'd also be very curious to hear how they're presenting everything that's happening. Because to be fair, most French people don't understand what the fuck is going on, so... Oh shit, that's right! Are you back from Sweden, bro? That's a much more pleasant topic of conversation. How was it? How was it? I didn't realize it'd be gone and back again, but then again, you know, my notion of time is blurry at best these days. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, there you are. Glad you could make it. Cloud, Tifa. Once a year, we take a retreat to enjoy the sun and sea breeze. Nothing like getting some games in the great outdoors. What do you say? Care to sweat with us?
Sure thing, Jules.
I would. I haven't done a proper workout in forever.
Well, we'll happily help you both become your best selves. Train with us as well.
Tom, I don't watch the news, so I don't know unless the other person is from France. Might be the only time it would come up. All right, fair enough. And thanks a lot for answering, Tom. I'm just, yeah, I've been really curious about that, actually. I've been hoping I could ask one of you guys tonight. Reshenf was awesome. Definitely too many kanelboulach. But people are so nice and laid back. Which in this case would be you. Yeah, and like half my or more than half my chat. I think all of my chat except you at this precise moment, Tom. But yeah. Reshenf about Scandinavian people. Not friendly laid back, but you do you and it's okay. That sounds a lot like my experience with Scandinavian, not all of them. What the fuck is kanelboulach, bro? What is that? What's in it? Is it good? Well, I guess it's good if you ate too many of it, but what is it?
As you like.
You mean it? Well, I might just take you up on that.
Here's a question for you, Cloud. What would you say is the key to a good workout?
Oh, it's the cinnamon rolls. Shit. Yo, Krieger, Rishan, help me out there, bros. What is the key to a good workout? I don't fucking know. And then raving result for gains? Should we go with that? Match between Tifa and Cloud. My money would be on Tifa. Yo, I was talking about how I bit Vice in Remake. Rest. Alright, eating is rest, right? I'm gonna go with the food then, Rishan.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Up without the building blocks. Treat your muscles to a nice post-workout meal, and they'll reward you with even bigger gains. Now let's get down to business, shall we? The reason I wanted you to stop by? Monsters have been spotted skulking around the facility, and I want them gone.
Sure. Should be easy enough.
Splendid. We can't train our bodies unless our minds are at ease, so you'll be doing all of us muscleheads a big favor. How goes the extermination? Our muscles might start to atrophy if we have... People need to know they're safe to train. How goes the extermination?
Alright. It's kind of interesting and like way out there. I hope you guys will forgive me, but this is making me think of my FC mates, like the people that I play 14 with, are kind of like organizing a like real life holiday, like, you know, weekend or something that we can spend all together. All those of us that play the game together that want to like gather in real life and shit. And when I was thinking about, I was trying to picture what it would be like, right?
Used to work up a sweat, and now I've got one.
Wonder what little Tifa would say.
I think she'd be pretty proud.
I was just trying to picture what that would be like, and the first thing that came to my mind is like, oh, we can all bring laptops and play Final Fantasy XIV together, but like in the same room. And then, you know, I realized myself how, you know, like my thought is like, except, you know, is that really what you want to do when you finally meet face to face with people? Anyway, you know what I'm saying, like with Jules, and he's all like, yeah, we go on vacation, and then we just work out, which is what we do when we're together, not on vacation. May the fuckers be with you. Yes, Tom. Thank you. And I'll try to honor the fuckers. I don't know where Jules' monsters are, so we're just gonna keep on farming the Joni materials, whatever the fuck thingies, while we're searching for the monsters. This looks like it's gonna take me down way too far. Let's go by foot instead. Or... oh, I can call my buggy! Let's go by buggy! Kapow! Oh, we can't ride the buggy here. But we can ride our chocobo. I forgot her name. I'm a terrible person. This is not Pico or Purplico. It's another chocobo. Can you jump? Yeah, you can. Beautiful. Destination reached? What? Oh, zipline. There it is. Zip die! Sorry, girl. Ooh, a cash! Again, see what I was talking about, ranting about, with that feeling of just... no, sorry, girl. I need to leave you here for a sec. Of discovery and exploration and shit. That cache thing is the same. Like, I love it so much. You just randomly walk around and you're like, yo, there's treasure here. I love it. I love this fucking game. You know, I was trying to think of my typical things you do when you're, you know, on the toilet or having insomnia or something, right? As, hey, what's your top 5 Final Fantasy games? And I realized that I think I just might need to add Remake Rebirth to it. I want to count them as the same game, right? I'm gonna count the whole trilogy as one Final Fantasy game, but I wonder if it's not made my top 5, honestly. Like, it's so fucking good, isn't it? I also really like, you know, gives me hope for the franchise as a whole and where we're gonna go with it. Because there are so many stupid, you know, like, the opposite of that are all those stupid fucking remasters and shit where, sorry, I should not be so, I guess some people enjoy these. Definitely, you know, they wouldn't be doing them if they didn't bring in money, so I guess it makes some people happy, and that's, I guess, the only thing that at the end of the day, that's what we want video games to do. So I don't mean to you know, be too harsh on those things, but you know what I'm saying is that I do feel like it's the same thing as this, you know, how in cinema we get all those sequels and remakes and shit rather than new original stuff. And I'd hate for Final Fantasy to become that, just trapped in republishing over and over and over and over again, essentially the same games they used to make it great. And then when I see, you know, Remake and Rebirth, I feel like you can actually do that, but if you do it right, it's fucking great. It gives you a new game that's also the old game, you get the nostalgia, but you also, you know, it's useful lore-wise, it makes so much sense. It is an amazing Final Fantasy game in and of itself, despite the fact, or maybe precisely because it is a remake. Has, you know, in the proper sense of the fucking word, like every remake should be, and I really like that. Even if push comes to shove and new, you know, mainline titles start not being as great, or somehow, you know, like not managing to get all the magic that used to make Final Fantasy for me, and it's a highly subjective thing, of course. We'll be fine. Like, if they can, you know, give me more of these, and I'll grow old a happy man. Now where's my treasure chest? There it is. FF7, FF7, FF7 remake, FF7 remake. No, always Crisis, sorry. You know, even that, like, well, again, you'll know how much of a fanboy I am when it comes to Ever Crisis. But would Ever Crisis be what it is today if not for the remake trilogy? And my honest belief is no. We are riding on, you know, the hype of no, right? All right, Tom, you're in agreement. I like that. We are definitely benefiting from the Rebirth hype. And even beyond, you know, like, of course there's the whole asset reuse and shit, but you know, like, things would not be possible. God, I hate those. Have I? No! New monster to assess! Yay! And yeah, please take care of the jellyfishes, Cloud, because fuck those bitches. Citropine Schoolmaster. A rare citropine fish variant and leader of its school. When threatened, it puffs itself up and signals an alarm which commands its fellow fish to attack. And you can pressure it with ice.
Take the lead.
That's a job for you, but first I want to fuck around with XIV. Abilities. Roll of the dice. That's my shit. What do we get? What do we get? A 3. Which did fuck all to the... Where you at? Where you at, Moogle? And I should also use this. That's it. Man, it is so fucking weird playing as XIV. I don't really understand what the fuck is going on, if I'm being honest. Fucking dead. Or not. They also become pressure. Okay, I should like not attack them until they're on the ground. Gotcha. Help. Nice. Yes, there you go. Ooh, we got XIV limit. But for that, you need to be on the Moogle. Magic Mug Box. Use the Moogle to lob a box of tricks at an enemy and find out what's inside.
My turn.
Shit. Come on. There we go. Oh, they were the quest monsters.
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Just some mental meal prep. The ideal post-workout dish.
So, you were the one behind Seventh Heaven's menu?
Half was a holdover from the old owner. The better half was mine.
Huh. Should I ate there more?
Yeah. You snooze, you lose.
I love that like, is it 30 HP? What? No, 350, that's better. I'm just gonna burn through my items because can't use them in hard mode anyway, so you know, why fucking hoard? Do I have no regular potions? Oh no, because I turned them all into better potions, I guess. There. Better set it up in ways. You mean, sorry, Tom, are you still talking? Oh, there's something here, isn't it? No, I already got it. We need to climb on top of this. Oh, and here's a monster. Alright, how do we get up there through that path? You mean the beta from the R games? Were used as, again, like assets in Ever Crisis and shit, or do you mean something else? I'm sorry. Or the Ever Crisis beta? Is that what you're talking about? Everybody says. Yeah, the Ever Crisis beta. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, this is interesting. This is a story I don't think I know. What are you referring to? Excuse me. Wait, do I? Yeah. She doesn't have anything to learn this shit now.
Take the lead.
Can he jump? Get back on the Moogle! I'm so fucking good. There we go. Alright. Oh, I need to keep it pressed. Okay.
Cloud, would you say you're a picky eater?
Soldiers can't be choosers. We ate what we were fed.
Well, I used to be super picky, actually.
Really?
Used to be. Not anymore, though. Can't be choosers in the slums, either.
What about crab?
Not a fan.
Yeah, me neither.
The fuck was that? This is... That was weird, wasn't it? How you're talking about picky eating with your childhood friend, and she tells you that she used to be, but now she's alright, and you're like, what about crab? Why? Was that a reference? Am I missing a reference here? Why the fuck would you? Why crab? This is so weird and specific. Cloud, you're so weird! Tom, yep, the battle time and the stam issues, I didn't see too much of it. Interesting. I'd really like to, I love those little, you know, like stories about kind of like what goes on behind the curtain type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like how, well, you know, as a typical example, like what from each 7 game influence the other ones in which ways and so on and so forth. Looking at your Twitch earning, you are up 3.34 on your PS5 funds for Ricky, which means I'll get my first Twitch payment. Holy shit, man! Congrats! That's amazing. Wait, are you like diverting all the money you're making on Twitch to to get our boy Ricky a PS5? Is that what you're saying? I've seen you guys like joke around about this. I didn't know you were actually doing it. How many? Where am I at with the? Okay, I'm missing one. Let me just search for the missing Joni component, and it is somewhere around. Shit, sorry. Somewhere around here. So let's wrap up the Jules quest first, and then we'll go finish the Joni quest. Here's one. Let me just check that they're all assessed. There we go. I don't know how much the AI uses. Shit, that hurt.
Taking over. You deal with that.
Now.
My turn.
Oh, okay, we need to kill the big one because since it's the schoolmaster, I'm just gonna keep on killing the little ones. Stagger that. Ooh, nice, we get the actual. There we go.
What kind of meals do they feed soldiers?
They put a lot of thought into making them healthy. Not much into making them tasty. Ugh.
That face says it all.
You know, it's funny.
What?
Didn't realize it at the time, but we ate pretty good when we were kids.
Yeah, Claudia could cook, man.
Homegrown fruits and vegetables, and great chefs eager to use them.
I love that side quest banter so fucking much. It's I love it. I love it. I love it. Tom, that would be a new goal, but my goal was to use it for anything Twitch, like subs and games. This is so I love it, man. This is so nice of you, of like, you know, putting the fund up and using it to help other people out on Twitch, and of course, like, getting new games as you should. I hope someday I can do that to Chocobo House. Oh yeah, we've been. Ooh! Can you smell if you're in the water? I guess not. Let's get you out of it, girl. And tell me where the treasure's at! Oh, I see the rabbits. So Tom, if you don't mind me asking, please feel free, you know, like don't answer that if you don't want to, but how do you know, what's your algorithm for determining which money goes into the fund and which money you use for everyday shit or, you know, like other stuff? Is it money that you make a certain way, or is it be cool if you did have a nice following to keep you going. But yeah, I'm you know, consider me one of your followers, bro. I follow you back on Twitch, obviously, and I found your YouTube channel, so I'm also subbed on all the money you get from Twitch. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. You said actually when we started this conversation. I'm sorry. Brain fart. You said. But yeah, I'm following you on YouTube. If there's any other way I can support, other than, you know, financially, which I can't at the moment, but any other way to help you out, Tom, I would love to. I would love to. Why do you, or do you? I've never seen you stream Ever Crisis. Do you ever do that? You're always on here helping us out and shit. My buggy! I wanna get in my buggy. I don't know where the last monsters are, but sorry, Yuffie. Oh, they're right there. Can I run them with my buggy? No, I can't. I just lost my first strike. That's alright. In was it in? I think in Final Fantasy 15 that was a thing, wasn't it? Or am I tripping? Where you could just ram monsters with the regalia and then actually fight them.
It's on you.
I'm your one-stop club right now. You need some help. How you like this? All right.
No, 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 no! XIV plays so weird.
That's the last of them. You ready to head back?
Tom, I did for Levy, but because I was bored, but other than that, I rarely have anything worth streaming. Maybe I can do it with 16 and Rebirth. Fuck yeah, man! I totally watch your 16 and Rebirth streams. I'd love that, actually. Especially, you know, like self-interest. I'm thinking like a selfish person right now. But you know how they added a bunch of cutscenes in 16 in the story and side quests with the new DLC, and it's only been what, like a year and a half since 16 came out, and you know I did my 2 full playthroughs, normal and Final Fantasy and shit, and I don't feel like doing a third one in a row. Especially when I have so many other Final Fantasy games to play. So if you played 16 and I could catch those extra cutscenes, you're not a cutscene skipper, are you, Tom? That's the only thing I'm worried about. But if you watch them cutscenes, I would 100% be there with you, brother, unless I have some real life shit to do. But yeah, I would follow that. And I love Rebirth. So with Rebirth streams, there's a bunch of streamers I really like watching. But when they stream Rebirth, I never watch it just because I don't want to spoil myself until I finish the game at least once. And I don't know if you've started it yet, bro. If you're starting from scratch again, I'd love to watch you do it. And also, back to Ever Crisis, like, you know, it's totally okay to stream if you don't have anything to, we can just do like farm co-ops together or whatever the fuck, you know. Start streaming at Daily Reset, do your dailies with us, shoot the shit, we can talk about random shit. I like those streams too. We don't need to do super hard endgame content whenever we're streaming Ever Crisis. 16 is fully voice acted, so maybe not. You don't like long cutscenes with voice acting? Is that what you said? Oh my, do you guys see that in the side talk? Eat a dick, lactic acid? What the fuck?
Oh, hey there, Cloud. Tifa.
Eat a dick.
Heard you two took care of our little monster problem. Can't thank you enough. Now we can get back to training Fiend free.
Excuse me. Sorry to butt in, but you wouldn't happen to be the one who beat these guys in a pull-up contest.
Sure am, Amina.
Watch it, rookie. Don't badmouth us.
But that's how it went down, right? You're Tifa, right? After I heard how you crushed it, I knew I had to join the gym. You're the reason I'm here.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not your only fan. Look, all of us signed up because we wanted to be just just like you.
It's just as she says.
This dude with his back to us is already ripped as fuck. Come on, he didn't join because Tifa heard some rumor about a girl beating Ray and whatever the fuck the other dude's name is.
Female membership has absolutely skyrocketed.
Oh, she's only talking about female
Needless
membership.
to say, we're very grateful.
I didn't really do anything.
Are you kidding me? You're literally my inspiration. Which is why I want to challenge you to a sit-up contest.
Right now?
So you know, Amina's been training to achieve your look, Tifa. You'd be helping her measure her progress. Let me sweeten the deal. If your abs prove superior, I'll add a bonus to your reward. How's that sound?
You know what's funny, you guys, is that I have a real life friend. She would hate me making this parallel, but her name sounds extremely similar to Amina, and she looks vaguely there's vaguely something like in the shape of the face and the haircut, especially. And she is, well, not you know, what do you call it? She's not a musclehead by any means, but she's like a boxer. She like, her coach is pushing her to go semi-pro, and she just doesn't feel like it actually. But she's like an incredible boxer. I've never seen her fight, but apparently she really kicks ass. Anyway, it's just funny that this character would show up. The name very similar to hers, somewhat similar features, you know, in a sports context. It's kind of fun. Tom, voice is better than reading when the person can't read well and being antisocial. Oh, so it was a positive then. You were saying it's fully voice acted, so you might be down with watching all the cutscenes. Have you started it, Tom? Have you ever played 16? Like, if you streamed it, would you be starting from scratch or playing it, you know, from a certain point? Because if you're playing from scratch and you have the DLC installed so that we can have the extra cutscenes, I would be so down, bro. I would not. Well, maybe I would miss your lives if something happens in real life, but then I'd catch it on YouTube and shit. I'd actually be so grateful to you for doing this, because I want to see those cutscenes so bad, but I don't want to play the game all over again. Yeah, it would be on PC. Is it? I'm out of the loop. Is 16 Steam version out already? What if she did the voice acting? I would have recognized her voice, especially she's French now, and yeah, she speaks amazing English. Well, amazing, like mine, I'd say. But yeah, she does have, you know, an accent and stuff. That was not her voice acting. I'm sure of that. No mocapping. Like, again, I don't even know if there's like side NPCs get mocap. Really, probably not actually. But yeah, I would have recognized her. I would so love if that happened at some point in my life, though. Like, you know, you're playing a video game and just like hear one of your friends or like see a motion capture sequence and you feel, you know, that weird thing where you're like, this is only similar to whoever. That would be amazing. And not all that ridiculous. I have a friend who works at Quantic Dream. You know, he could do like a little cameo in one of the games and be mocapped or something in there. Quantum Dreams? Quantic Dreams. I love this game so much. No, shit. Which way did... No. Oh, shit. I want to see the tutorial again. Which way did I phrase my question? Have you played it yet? So you would be starting... No. I think it was one of those Morgan questions. When you say no, you mean no, you would not be starting from scratch? Crunch off warm-up. Take up Amina's challenge in a battle to see whose abs are more fab. Whoever performs the most sit-ups will win. In the event of a tie, you will lose. Press the corresponding buttons in times of... Yeah, it is the exact same as in Remake, except with the L and R buttons. Alright. And like always, friends, we'll just do the minimal amounts.
Easy on me. Okay?
And then save the minigame for when I do special streams with Kogona. If that's alright with y'all. If you want to see Tifa work out for 2 hours or whatever, let me know.
Keep it up.
It can be arranged.
Don't you ever get sore?
I'm all out for work.
I really like the music for those minigames though.
I can hear your abs crying out in ecstasy.
Eh, fuck me.
Just like that.
Beautiful.
Where'd that come from?
You two are doing awesome.
God, every time I have to... Fuck, I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna need to do this again. Oh, I've got 15 seconds left. Maybe if I stop fucking up and Amina fucks up a few times, I might still beat her.
It's almost like your muscles are singing.
This is weird though, isn't it?
Who'd have thought it'd be this close?
Yeah, I know she beat my ass. Alright, we're beating Amina before moving on, but we're just not doing all the hard mode that I imagined that will unlock. Also, you know what? I'm glad she won. Like, she's all like, oh, it's all thanks to you that I got into
This is gonna be fun!
whatever you call this, like hardcore working out or muscle building? What do you call it? In French, I guess you'd say pousser de la fonte, right? Or is that like too specific a term? Can you guys tell how much of a musclehead I myself am in real life? I totally know what we're doing right there.
Ever get sore?
Come on, Tifa.
It's almost like your muscles are singing.
Why do I keep hitting the wrong button? Do you mind just if I, you know, restart it from scratch when I fuck up?
I'm so pumped!
Chodemon! Hey, Chodemon! What's up, bro? Thanks for being here tonight. Welcome on the stream. And yeah, Amina should join the team if Tifa fails. Why can't we get both of them though? I do like Tifa. Shit, I like the fact that she's not all that great at doing crunch ups or whatever the fuck this is we're doing right now.
Just like that.
That was perfect.
I know, Tifa's perfect.
You're killing it. Where'd that come from?
Beautiful.
This is so weird.
Almost like
What am I doing?
your muscles are
What am I doing with my life, yo?
Don't you ever get sore?
I'm at a loss for words.
Incredible form.
That's alright, we're still ahead. Take your time, Tifa. Take a breather, girl, we good.
Yeah, keep it up.
Boom. Sorry, Amina.
That was one hell of a workout. I was just getting warmed up.
Yeah, not like it took us 3 tries, Tifa. Maybe don't, you know, don't be all like soul winner.
You've got abs of adamantite. Thanks a lot. You put up a good fight, though.
Like I said, you're an inspiration. To me, to all of us. Nobody's born with a beautiful physique like yours. I can tell you poured gallons of blood, sweat, and tears into your training.
Honestly,
Are you supposed to pour gallons of blood into your
Sorry.
training?
Thank you.
That sounds wrong.
Glad I could help.
Well, actually, I was hoping that, if it's not too much to ask, would you, Tifa, be my muscle mentor?
Me? Really? I don't know.
By all means, you have my blessing. If you don't mind dropping by from time to time, I'm sure she'd benefit from your advice.
Might as well.
If that's what you want, then I'll back you up.
Oh my gosh, thanks, Coach!
Muscle mentor. Has a nice ring to it.
Here you go, then. Your extermination fee. And as promised, a little extra for helping her out. Come back whenever you want to pump some iron. You're always welcome.
Alright. That was weird, but also really nice. I love the food banter between Cloud and Tifa. I really like how
Hey there, Coach! Get a load of these.
Tifa is so... No. We're gonna do that with Kogona on a special minigame stream. I like how...
You're in the mood for a challenge.
Having witnessed your ab-fab performance, the other members of Jules' gym are eager to challenge you to similar bouts of muscular mastery. As before, whoever performs the most setups will win. In the event of a tie, you will lose. When a glowing ring appears, hold the button halfway down. Ooh, I like that. Until the gouge is full, then press it completely to keep on crushing. Very nice. Using that new PS5, like DualShock 5 feeder thingy, is it? Again, we'll do a special stream at some point, y'all. Probably, you know, like this before summer or during the summer or something. With Kogona, like we did last time. I'll try and get a better setup so that you guys can hear him too. And we'll go through all the mini games that I have not yet finished. For now, let's go and get the last of the Joni thingies. And yeah, I really love how, you know, Tifa is... Again, I feel like this is something we didn't get quite as much. You could read between the lines and get that feeling from OG. But this whole, like, she really has a hard time believing in herself. Like, she has, what do you call it, confidence issues? This sounds weird, like, it's not issues, it's just she's humble, and this is, you know, good on her. But, you know what I'm saying, is that she's so... This is not the first time that something like this has happened, where, like, people, you know, ask her to do something, or feel like she's totally capable of doing something. And she'll all be like, who, me? Yeah, you! Like, you're fucking amazing, Tifa, you've been, you know... And I don't know if you guys were here for my power level rant of, like, does it make sense in-world, you know, given the lore, that, say, Tifa could be a strong... Oh my god, can I see on a chocobo? I like it. Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying. Like, Tifa's Cloud's supposed to be the soldier first class or whatever. You know, he is supposed to be like ridiculously strong and powerful. But yet, mechanically speaking, you know, you want to bit Vice the easiest way that the community has found. You want to main Tifa, not Cloud. Does that make sense? And actually, I think it does because of Zangen, because of how much he's been training, as we know, in part thanks to the Ever Crisis story quests and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tifa is actually, in my mind at least.
That's the last of them, right?
Yep. Let's go see. Do I get the free teleport? Guess not. In my headcanon, you know, like Tifa is canonically as strong as Cloud or Yuffie, who's been training since she was a kid, or, you know, I guess Barret is just your generic badass. But even characters that we'll meet later on, you know, it makes sense to me that Tifa can face up to Sephiroth or whoever the fuck. Whisper fucking meta creatures made up of several whispers, all that shit. And yet...
Bro help out's like having 100 of us.
Oh,
Even
God.
better. Throw 100 Johnnies in a fight and we'd still get our asses kicked. We'd be so scared we'd run before the fight began.
At least they know what they're worth.
So, you find anything, bro?
Yep. Look at them with the leaf on their
Whoa.
hair and shit.
Honestly, we don't even remember collecting this much stuff. You're incredible. You got that right. Our bro's a cut above. I guess we better get this haul back to our palace, kinda, sorta by the sea.
Which means our work here is done, right?
Well, since you asked, a couple of the other Johnnies went looking for parts to fix the boiler.
Wait, there's more of you?
Yep, and I bet they could really use your help.
Look at
I
Yuffie.
think they were headed toward one of those old Republic-era factories. Tell them Johnny says hi. It's a thing we do.
I know Chodemon. I'm working on the... Actually, please don't take this the wrong way. It's not against you at all. But I'm just gonna... How do I... blah, blah, blah. I'm working with the assumption that, you know, I know nothing other than what I know so far in the story, if that makes any sense. And I'm playing OG as well on stream. And yeah, always, you know, doing the... how the fuck do I... Exactly. But still, you know, that... Despite that being the case, and again, if you don't mind, let's not say it out loud what we're thinking, but it doesn't change anything to the fact that there's a reason for Cloud to be ridiculously strong in world. And you could argue that, you know, Tifa is just a martial artist who's been training a lot. Yes, but can you reach that level of just, you know, sheer strength? It is an argument to be made. Hey, yo, Marm! Welcome! How are you doing? How are you doing today? How was your day? Also, I need to figure out how to... Yeah, buggy. It looks so much better than it does, and if you guys were here on Sunday, you know, in OG, it's like... Well, you know, it's what you could do with the resources at the time. How the shit do I... It's gotta be a way, right? Maybe not, actually. Shit, I don't know. What time is it? It is only 10, shit. Still though, if y'all don't mind, you barely recognize the buggy, right? It and then again, I don't know. It looks nothing like the OG version, but also considering the OG version is like a grand total of maybe like 80 polygons, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel like it makes sense that this is what they intended it to look like, if that makes any sense. And also, again, a lot of the folks that were actually working on OG are obviously working on Rebirth, so I think this is what they had in mind when they made that adorable little thing that we saw on Sunday. Yo, I know it's early, it's only been an hour, but if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna take a really quick break. Also, Mar, I'm sorry you show up and I immediately go and break, but I'll be really short. I'll be back in 5 minutes, tops. And then we'll go see the Johnnies, and then we'll go do the rest of the Corel side content. And I'll be fun! I love you all. 5-minute break. Be right back. Unmute. Alright. We are back, friends. Sorry about that. Sorry about that very early break. Yeah, speaking of the buggy. If y'all were here on Sunday... You know, we spent a bit of time trying to farm for an item in OG, and then I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'll farm it off stream. I did it! I done did it, you guys.
Hey there, bro!
Hey, Johnny said that you needed my help.
What? No, I didn't. Wait, was it you? Not me. So you're saying it was me? No way. You're too stubborn to ask for help. Hey, you talking shit about me?
You two are a riot. Have you thought about starting a two-man show? I bet it'd be a smash hit, right?
So?
Well, we were looking for a part to help us repair the boiler, but it turns out nobody makes it anymore. Then we thought, why don't we just make it ourselves? So to do that, we're hunting for a transmuter chip.
Any luck?
Sure wish we had a chocobo right about now.
Okay, I'll take it from here.
Sweet! We're looking for instructions on how to craft a boiler valve. And if you find one of those chips, feel free to just transmute a valve yourself.
Are you trying to give us even more work?
You two are the best. Here.
Oh, I've already got it. Nice. You know what, you guys, when I was looking at the, this here, see those little green dots that are like the amount of steps there are in the quest? And I was like, oh my god, we're gonna spend all night on this? We don't even find fun, but... You know, we're fine. A lot of it I done,
We don't need a
by doing other stuff.
because we can be our own chocobo. Hey, that's clever, right? Now giddy up, Johnny.
Like that. Have you guys ever thought about that? Like, it used to be one of my, you know, Maram, I was telling you about these, like,
All I'm
my
saying
stupid...
is we find everything much faster if we cloned ourselves too.
No.
Just think, you could start a mercenary franchise, and I could even help you set up a branch in Wutai. Plus, Shinra wouldn't stand a chance against a cloud army. You and your Buster Sword wielding buddies would hack them to bits.
Yeah, right.
Oh, come on. Just imagine. One cloud, 2 clouds, 3 clouds, 4 clouds. I know you aren't much of a talker, but I figured at least one of you would say something. Not really digging this vibe.
Where's she coughing?
Yeah, I think I'm good with just 1 cloud.
The one and only.
That was so weird, you guys. You see that? It felt as if, like, the fact that I blew up the crates exactly as when she stopped talking is what made her cough, which I realized that's not what it was, but interesting that it would do that, right? Is this the first time No, I'm sorry, Marm. I totally name dropped you. I was talking about my, and I stopped in the middle of my sentence because dialogue happened. I was telling you about this, like, my stupid, like, thought experiments that I like asking people, and then, you know, I come up with a new one, forget about the old ones, and then they'll come back a few years later, and I'll start asking them again. And one of them was precisely that, like, imagine you wake up in a room that is, like, all white walls and shit, and there's a table that is rectangular, and you are sitting, you know, either on the long end of the table or at the, at one end of it. And another one of you, which is an exact copy up to what last night when you fell asleep, is sitting on the, like, wherever you're not sitting. And you two guys have 24 hours to go. It's gonna be the two of you guys, so same copies of yourself, guys, but with that one tiny difference. And after those 24 hours, you need to go back to wherever that room is, and then the genie or aliens or whatever the thing that made it happen is going to make sure that only one of you remains. That's all the information you know. You have you have 24 hours to hang out with yourself. And I just like asking the question to people, like, what would you do? And, you know, some things are interesting. Like, for instance, I don't know if you guys thought about this when you saw the Johnny clones and stuff, but, like, will you have sex with yourself? Which, interestingly, I don't know. I found it not, you know, I was expecting it to be one of the first things people try out, but not that many people are down with that. Interestingly. Well, yeah, you know, the whole thing. And then the whole... So there's a lot of... I gave you a lot of details because this is what a thought experiment that, you know, I asked people, I kept asking them, and then I kind of, like, fine-tuned it to reach that point. And one of the big questions that it raises is, if it's an exact copy of me, wouldn't we just, you know, do the exact same thing for 24 hours? Like, just be a perfect mirror of ourselves, except not a mirror, because most of us are ambidextrous, like Sephiroth, and shit. And this is why the whole setup with the table. Because if you do it, what I want it to be like is that, you know, there is no... In this case here, with the Johnnies, we know that there's an original Johnny, and then there's a bunch of clones that have the leaf on their head, right? But I did look at them, like, he's doing the chocobo. But I didn't want it to be like that in my thought experiment. Anyway, that's why there's the whole setup with the table, which is like, you know, from this point on, there's divergence. And actually, it relates to the whole 7 timelines thingy so well, in that, you know, there needs to be a difference for it to be different. Because I am not a determinist, fundamentally, but I do believe that, you know, if you believe... If the way most people, I feel about what reality is and how we interact with it, then yeah, you know, if you have the exact same brain chemistry and memories at any given point, you will be the exact same person and make the exact same decisions. Which is why the little table thing is just to immediately make a difference between you and your clone, so that what is happening here does not happen, where they say the exact same thing and stuff. It also raises the question of, you know, just how much free will do we have, and what is personality? Just how, you know what I'm saying, like, how much of my personality did I build in the last 10 minutes, in the last year, in the last 10 years? How much of it was all just determined? And when I say that, I mean, even if you take for granted everything that's happened to me, is there still a part of some sort of, I don't want to use the word soul, because I know it freaks out a lot of people, but, you know what I'm saying, is there something that is me, my essence, that is more than just everything that I've experienced? Meaning that another Morgan living through the exact same thing with a different essence would still end up being a different person. And clearly this is what seems to be happening to these Johnnies, right? One of them is like doing the chocobo and the other one is laughing his ass off and cheering him on. Yet they were created at the same time, so something made it such that one Johnny would be the one cheering his friend on while the friend is doing something stupid, while another one would be the friend doing something stupid while their friends are cheering them on. You know what I'm saying? It's deep. If this is some deep shit right there we're getting in this Johnny side quest, y'all. And I like it all. And stuff I've spent a lot of time thinking about. And yes, I would have sex with myself. Absolutely. First half hour, definitely. Y'all not doing it are weirdos. Of course you should think about it. Alright. Let me just explore this whole, like, little... I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of crafting materials and shit, and then we'll go hand in the quest, y'all. How do I get to the other side of that, though? Oopsie, I fell. And... I got sidetracked by... Yes! So, after name-dropping Marm... I'm sorry again, Marm. I should not do that. And then not finishing my thought. I think... You know, Yuffie said an army of Cloud with their Buster Swords. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. But I think this is the first time we have an actual spoken line that explicitly, you know, says the name Buster Sword. You know what I'm saying? In written lines, sure, especially in the compilation of 7 with other games and stuff. You all might know what I'm referring to if you've played Crisis Core, or Ever Crisis Core story mode for that matter. But yeah, I don't think we've ever had that in Remake before, like people acknowledging that it's called a Buster Sword. Just a little nugget that I find really interesting. And before that, was I still on about how Tifa lacks self-confidence even though she's awesome? I think we'd probably been over that. And I personally choose to believe that she's canonically as strong as any of the rest of the gang that have more in-world explanations for why they would be badasses. Tom, nasty. I am nasty, bro. Marm. Even if at point 0 they are the exact same person from there on, and because they experience life from 2 different sets of eyes, meaning they will not see the same things, can they remain the exact same and therefore act the same along the day? I don't think they will. I think they will become more and more different. I actually kind of agree with you. I mean, my feeling is that you're right. And this is why I had the thing set up with the table and just this random, you know, aspect of one of you starts at the end of the table and the other one of you starts just sitting on the long end of the table. Actually, if you know... I'm only realizing this now. It is not accidental. It's not random at all that I chose that specifically because of stuff in my life. But it's not real. I really wanted it to just be a random thing where, like, you know, I totally agree that, you know, things would diverge immediately, like you're saying, Marm. Just looking at one another, and again, you know, like the mirror thing is not nothing. But the idea is that if you, and you don't want to, okay, so it's like random number generation, right? Where the seed you set things in, the instant you wake up in front of yourself, will determine which of you is the, you know what I'm saying? And so, if it's not in a controlled environment of some sort, then it's gonna be random fucking things, right? Like, you know, if one of you wakes up a tiny bit colder than the other one, that is probably what will set the entire divergence for the rest of the day. Which is why I like this notion of, like, you wake up in a, you know, like, very temperature controlled and shit, like the shit we build space telescopes in type's room, right? Where there's, like, it's as homogeneous as human technology can reach. Except for one very obvious thing, just so that, you know, we set that random seed, if it were random number generation, that will determine the rest of the day. And then before you head out into the real world with your clone, you get to, like, chat for a second. You know what I'm saying? That's why I set it up like that. But again, it's one of those, I hadn't thought about that thought experiment for years, and if I were to ask people now, I would definitely not use the table thingy, because there's a very strong, I was not as much of an ally to feminism back then as I am now, I guess. There's some very strong hidden meanings, or whatever you want to call it, behind sitting at the end of a table. Tom, it's possible in the third part we might see Zack again and Angel. Yeah, I mean, Zack, I'd say definitely. If not in the Rebirth timeline, in the Z timeline, wherever the fuck that is. Like, again, I haven't finished Rebirth yet. I don't know where it's going even in this game, but I really hope there's a payoff and they're just not showing us another timeline for the sake of it, right? What if, and bear with me there, the Z timeline is the Ever Crisis that... No, Morgan, that's not possible. Never mind, ignore me. Let's go talk to John. Yeah, here's your boiler valve, bro. Bruh.
Oh, baby, this is it! That boiler is as good as fixed. Hot, steamy showers in every room.
Well, we should probably report back to Johnny now that we've bailed out all the others.
Actually... There's one more.
Where is he?
Said he wanted to give the hotel royal flair by putting the Tonberry King's crown on display. Last we heard, he was desert-bound. Hope he's not dying of thirst or knife wounds. You wouldn't mind going to check on him for us, would you, bro?
Not at all.
You're the best! Well, we got a boiler to fix, so we're gonna head back. Our other life is in your hands, bro.
Hey, Kasumi, thank you for stopping by again. You're the best, Kasumi. Did you see the you fixed my thingy for me? What you guys suggested last time worked. So my little goal bar is fixed. Thank you so much, Kasumi. You fixed my Ever Crisis streams. You fixed my followers bar. You are the best. You are. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And yeah. I was speculating about. Again, you guys. I'm sorry to be annoying with that, but please go easy on the Rebirth spoilers because this is my first playthrough. But yeah, I don't.
Is that a mirage?
At this point, and I think it's normal, right? But at this point, I have no idea why the Z timeline is a thing, where it's going, what, you know. I've been speculating a whole lot about it. What I do know for sure is that it is not the past that we're seeing. It is not the OG past, nor this one. It is a whole brand new timeline. Yet another one. And I was talking about Ever Crisis, and now I hope, it's more than hope, I believe, my theory is that the Ever Crisis story mode is a different timeline from OG. And there are a few clues that I think are meaningful already. But, you know, very interestingly, there are no whispers in the Ever Crisis storyline. When, if it was a Divergent storyline, the Divergent timeline, excuse me, then Whispers should have tried to do the same thing they're doing in Remake Rebirth, right? Well, in Remake, before we kick their asses. And so I have some, you know, like, what do you call it? Second degree theories, if you want to call it that, on why this would be the case. But yeah, so one thing that's really interesting is that in the Z timeline, we did see Whispers at the very beginning. So I guess that kind of throws a wrench. I was not thinking of that earlier today when I was telling you guys about maybe Whispers just stop existing after we do whatever it is we're going to do in this trilogy. But I guess there were Whispers in the Z timeline. That's something. And then, I'm sorry, y'all, I don't want to pause for like 10 minutes and talk about timeline theories again, but if there's this whole thing about it's not as simple as... Did you pick up from Remake how to tell if they are different yet? The timelines, you mean? I mean, the Whispers were the obvious example, right? They show up when things get different. And then they are more or less aggressive, depending on... I mean, they're always, you know, they are not... That I did catch is that, you know, for instance, the church scene, it seemed like they were helping us, and my reading of that is, oh, there's something else. Holy shit, Kasumi! Damn! Then no, I have not picked that up. And is this something else? Let me just ask you this, Kasumi. Is this something else still the case in Rebirth? Because again, Whispers are gone. I'm guessing now that we fucked them over in Destiny's Crossroads. I have definitely not picked up on the other thing, especially not if it's also present in Rebirth. This is exciting shit, y'all. And Whispers in Z timeline. So yeah, maybe it's like a... Guessing me, it's not a spoiler in Rebirth, but it will be used to tell if something is different, but it started in Remake. Okay, do you mean... Okay, when you say it's not a spoiler in Rebirth, do you mean that they will actually spell it out for us in Rebirth at some point, but then if we go back to Remake, we can see it already? Is that what you're saying, or am I reading too much into what you're saying? In any case, I'm so fucking pumped about this, Kusumi. It's used the same way. Okay, but it's never spelled out. If by the end of Rebirth I still haven't noticed it, I will definitely ask you to spell it out for me. Oh, I guess I can start watching videos and shit again and not be worried about spoilers. But yeah. I'm so... This is the type of shit I love, Kasumi. This is what I... that's my shit. Alright, let's go see Johnny.
I can't believe you're here, bro!
Me neither.
Well, I'm glad you are. You see, we're renovating the hotel. And I thought a Tonberry King's crown would give the place that palatial feel. But it's, somewhere over there. Rumor has it, the Tonberry King lives somewhere nearby. But there's no way your boy Johnny can get through the desert on foot. Listen, bro, I don't know if you were planning to check out the dunes, but if you are, you'd really be doing me a solid if you brought me back that crown. Preferably in the most pristine condition possible.
Say, I bet one of those towers could point us in the king's direction.
Oh, your kindness is bringing me to tears, bro. I eagerly await your safe and fruitful return. Just don't keep me waiting too long. We Johnnies are delicate flowers that wilt in the desert heat.
It was at the end of remake. You mean at the end of remake there was something that if I had picked up on, I could have understood that thing you're saying, that detail that helps us point out when timelines diverge.
Oh, I bet you'll just yoink the crown right off the king's head. Just don't keep me waiting too long. We Johnnies are delicate flowers that wilt in the... Oh, I bet you'll just don't keep me waiting too long. We John...
Also, sorry y'all, this is a lot less interesting than what we're talking about right now. Yeah, something is always different, but it's a small thing. Fuck! I'm really, I don't want to. But I have, there's this part of me, Kasumi, that's like, I just want to know now. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait and try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I want you to tell me now. I need to know. Can I drive in the... Yeah! Just like in OG. Alright. Woo! Buggy time! Can totally get through here. Yes, we can. And we've actually reached... Yeah. Place we've never been to. Can we gather... We can't even gather shit. Ain't that beautiful? What a beautiful piece of machinery.
This king guy's probably got a horde of tonberries at his command, which means we'll be outnumbered.
You might figure it out later out in the game.
If we cloned a bunch of ferrets.
Sorry, let me just pause because I love the side quest banter. But if you complete it and don't see it, I'll tell you if you like Morgan's Lane. Yes, Kasumi, absolutely. The minute I finish my first playthrough of Rebirth, unless I figured it out, I will whisper you somewhere and ask you to spell it out for me, because I love that shit. I'm really excited. Also, to all of you guys in chat, please be on the lookout for what Kasumi is talking about. A little detail that is different whenever the timelines are diverging. And thanks so much for bringing this to my attention, Kasumi. I had no idea. Again, like I was saying, like, since Rebirth has come out, I've been saying the fuck away from any, video or any form of internet content that was related to Rebirth, because I didn't want spoilers. And I've been surprisingly successful at it. I have not been spoiled. There's the one major question. I'm not even going to spell it out for those of us watching who have not played OG, but you know what I'm talking about. The one big thing we're all wondering whether it would diverge or not. I still don't know. I have my theory, but that was already my theory before, and it's less, Kasumi, it's less when they are diverging, but that each timeline shown so far has this one small thing changed. And it gets... Wait. When you say each timeline, Kasumi, do you mean the timeline? So the timeline with Zack going back and stuff? That we get in Remake Rebirth, and I don't understand what the fuck is happening with that. Plus the R timeline, so Remake Rebirth, plus the OG timeline, or the and the one you are in now. Okay. But not the Ever Crisis timeline yet, you're saying. Actually, Kasumi, I'd be curious, you personally, how do you feel about the Ever Crisis story mode? Do you think it is just retelling the OG story mode, or do you think it's yet another timeline? How do you feel about that? Unless you need your thingy that I have not figured out yet to answer. You don't really know, to be honest? Since I don't know if you were here, there are at least two differences that I've seen. The first one is Yuffie. We recruit Yuffie earlier in Ever Crisis than we possibly could in OG. And the dialogue is different. There's, there are actual changes there. And the second one, I was talking about it. I'm sorry for any of y'all that have been here since the beginning, but the second one is kind of a big deal. I'm really excited about this. So if you don't mind, I'll just repeat it. I'll try and do the short version for Kasumi. But the in the cargo ship, Kasumi, we go all the way down, right, hunting for like something, whatever the fuck is going on, and then there's a person that like kills over, and then Sephiroth rises out of their body. In OG, that person, the sprite used, the character, like the thingy, was just your stereotypical red Shinra officer uniform. The guys we see in the trains, the guys we see in the Junon timeline. In Ever Crisis, it was what I call reunion people. So, those people that are really important in the R timeline, with the robes and the tattoo, and their ex-soldier or ex-soldier candidates or whatever. They want reunion, they want Genova. Those people, you know what I'm saying? They created that asset for Ever Crisis, and they used it specifically in the cargo ship. And the really interesting thing, where I think it is absolutely a divergence with OG, is that if you look in Ever Crisis Story Mode at the Rufus Junon scene, the parade, there are red Shinra officer, soldier, fuck it, not soldier, red Shinra uniform dudes. They did create that asset for Ever Crisis. They chose to use the reunion person instead of the red Shinra uniform thing. I don't think it's a matter of them not paying attention. I think it's extremely relevant. I think it's extremely meaningful. I don't know what the fuck it means, but I definitely think it means something. And I'm excited as fuck about that. So yeah, well, you got it, Kasumi. I don't really know either. Nobody knows, right? But I am very, very hopeful that the trooper captains, exactly Tom. That's what I was thinking about. I keep actually, you know, we also see them in the trains in very early game in OG, which is weird. I don't understand why trooper captains would be running the Midgard trains, but asset reuse, I guess. Asset reuse. All right, yo. Sorry, let's see the banter between Yuffie and Cloud.
And catch us in the crossfire.
Okay, what about Tifa? Thinking naughty thoughts?
Oh, shut up.
Busted!
I thought ninjas were supposed to be silent.
Oh, forgive me for interrupting your fantasies. I'll let you get back to being with her.
Wow. All right. Tom, they in OG, but not by much, and to check on troops. Yeah, but they're all over the place, Tom. And the interesting thing, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, is that when it comes to Ever Crisis, they recreated the asset for those trooper captains, and they created a specific new asset for reunion people that is, if used at all in OG7, almost never. And the one occurrence that I've seen so far in my playthrough, they haven't redone it in Ever Crisis. So there's got to be a reason for them creating this asset, using it in at this specific point instead of the other one and stuff, right? It's not about how relevant the trooper captains are. It's about the fact that they had the asset for a trooper captain. In OG it was a trooper captain, but they chose to change that asset to something else in a story that otherwise seems to be almost the exact same. I say it's a clue. And also, I haven't... Hello, Raiden! Welcome, brother! Me? Gongaga. You know what? The title says we're headed there, but honestly, what time is it? We've got 2 hours left? Only 2 hours? We've got 2 hours left. We're probably gonna be doing only side content for now. Guessing me multiple Tifas, lol. Yeah, I really like that. Again, I love the side quest banter every single time. It is so fucking good. What are we fighting? Is it assessed? Yes, it is. They don't like ice. Perfect. Let's go. Where you at? Or is it a cute little rodent thingy or what the fuck? No, it's a sandfish. But
Leave it to me. Let him have it.
I got this.
yeah, you know, I was earlier today we were casually talking about if you could spend 24 hours with a clone of yourself, would you have sex with yourself? This is really interesting that Yuffie would go to the you know, she says like, what if I clone Tifa? And then she looks at Cloud and she goes like, you're having dirty thoughts, aren't you? Like, he would immediately think about having a threesome with 2 Tifas, which I don't know. I didn't know there was a common fantasy like I want a person that I find attractive to be duplicated. Motherfucker, just come the fuck out. There's a way to force it to pop down, isn't it? Am I supposed to wait? Yes. Come on. Evading or blocking their sun strikes or attacking them when they have emerged from the sun will pressure them. Come here, you old bitch.
Is that it?
I can beat Vice, but I can't beat the stupid fucking sandfish. Come at me! Alright, you guys, this is gonna take a while. Oh, come on, Cloud! Right. I actually get away from the gang so that I can... There, we got it, bitch.
That's a good word to describe me.
Kasumi, Yuffie has been playing Ever Crisis and got a co-op lobby with 2 Tifas. I love that, Kasumi. That's why she got the idea. She was just like, you know, she went and beat down like Rufus Hot 2 or some shit. And then afterwards, you know, she was just like, that was kind of hot, wasn't it? Raiden, I mean, what's wrong with more of what you like?
Legendary.
Seasoned gamer gets outsmarted by Sandworm. I ain't a seasoned gamer, y'all. I am a very casual, albeit passionate gamer, is what I am. But alright, so since we're on the topic, was it like, have you guys ever thought about that? Like, oh, it would be awesome if I had 2 copies of my wife or boyfriend or whatever. Is it a more common thought than I thought it was? Yes! There's the owl that Charlie told us about. Where are we going, owl? Do you want me to get out of my useless fucking buggy, or are you cool with that?
We are gonna check out that spring, right?
Yeah, we are, Yuffie. Oh, I feel like if I just drive over the materials, I don't even need to press triangle. This is so very, oh my god, this, what is happening right now, like, we are in the Life Spring, this is one of the most natural, you know, places and shit, and I'm driving all over the place with my biggest fucking 4-wheeled buggy. This is exactly, them's my politics, man, that's how I want us to deal with the world in real life, right there, yeah, America, fuck yeah. Alright. Raiden, Sandworm is harder than Secret Boss in Remake confirmed. Exactly, man. That's what I was saying. Like, fuck, I can beat Vice, but I can't hit this stupid fucking sandfish for the life of me. Kasumi, Ricky's gonna love this game. 2 of my husband. why does it? Yeah, it makes you laugh your ass off because you're fine with just the original. But I mean, if you can handle him, you know, how much work is it? You know, it's one of those things like economies of scale, right? Like, couldn't you kind of handle both at the same time, but then you get the flip side, like all the advantages of having 2 copies of him? I don't know. I think it makes sense. I'd go for 2 of the person I'm thinking right now, I think. Raiden, I can't say that I thought about the situation, but I wouldn't say no if it happened and was presented, I guess. Do we have to take care of the clone as well? Kasumi, you wouldn't really have the same bond with the clone. No, wait, you guys. See, the thing is that they're not clones. There are 2 copies of the same person. Each one of them would tell you that they're the original spouse, right? Due to your experiences in life. But they both have the same memories, Kasumi. So they have the same experiences with you. They have both shared the same life. Everything you've lived with your husband, it's the same with his clone. And again, actually, it doesn't even make sense. It's not like Johnny's where one of them's gonna have a leaf on his head, right? It's just 2 perfect copies of your husband that wake up at the same time. There's no way for you to tell which one is the original, because there is no original. They are both perfect copies. Raiden, are we just taking a quick and dirty romp, then back to the OG? No, Raiden, you gotta, that's the whole thing. If you want the kinky moments, you need to actually manage life. But you know, again, like, there's a whole bunch of positive aspects to this that you guys are not thinking about. Like, they could work half as much as any other person. Just like replace themselves at work, and that means they're both working part-time in practice, but earning a full-time salary. But then again, I guess you need to feed 2 more people, so I still feel like it works out. Again, economy of scale, I think you end up with more, you know, like amount of money per person versus free time per person. I think, again, I definitely want to have a clone of myself so that we could work a full-time job split in half rather than working a half-time job and living with that. Does that make any sense? Yes, it does, because stuff like rent, right? Like, Okay, I'm assuming that I wouldn't mind sleeping with my clone in the same bed, I mean, when we're, like, alone and we're not sleeping with somebody else, obviously. Which I think would be okay with. So that means, you know, we don't double our rent, but we can work the one job and only spend half our time working it. Raiden, I don't want two people to yell at me for not folding the laundry right. Oh no, fuck that. Alright, later Raiden, thank you for popping in, man. You have a great night with your one spouse. Enjoy it while there's only the one. Alright, it's time for a little musical minigame. Oh shit. Morgan. Focus! Is this the one that gives us lore on the region? I think it is. Oh my god, there's so much more side content to do in this region, you guys. We're definitely only doing side content. Yes, region intel, that's my shit. That's my jam. No, let's go region intel. What am I doing? Intel, region intel. What is it? Chadley. Region intel. How? Okay, that's the one we just unlocked, I think. Coal was in high demand in the days of the Republic, and the wealth of Mount Corel drew miners from far and wide. Though the work was hard and dangerous, the laborers banded together to overcome their difficulties, forming a close-knit community in the process. Listen to that, French people! Alas, the advent of Mako saw the price of coal plummet, spelling disaster for the people of Corel. As they struggled to find a way forward, Shinra proposed the construction of a Mako reactor, and after much debate, the villagers accepted the offer. The reactor was constructed with astonishing haste, but just prior to being brought online, it was torn apart by an immense explosion, and has been left in ruins ever since. Alright. Buggy time! Yes! You know what this world needs? More carbon dioxide! It's probably a fucking Mako engine that makes my buggy run. Let's go to the tower. That's where we were headed initially. Focus, Cloud! Oh, but this is a wall. No, there's a path here. There we go. Oh no, not the sunfishes! Wait, is this the same? No, it's an actual landworm. Landworms are easier. We're alright. What is it not like ice again? You need to chill. Motherfucker, did it just swallow Yuffie? Yes, it did.
I got this.
Motherfucker. Oh shit. I think XIV is my healer. No, it's not. It's alright. There we go.
Sorry. Just like that, okay?
Who the fuck has a cure spell? Cloud. Tom, if I had 2k Gale to the end, what would I do with it? You mean like in an end of the world scenario? Poor Yuffie. She's alright, Kasumi, look, she she got out okay somehow. Don't ask me how that happened, but she's still around and kicking. We good. Alright, I am so I just unlocked XIV, right? And I feel like I kind of want to play him because he's like the closest thing to a pet job we're getting in Rebirth, I'm guessing. With the whole Moogle thing, with his own, you know, like HP bar and all that. But he weirds me out so much. I'm so used to some of the other characters I think I'm probably gonna run Barret Cloud Yuffie. I hate that. Okay, you guys that have played Rebirth. I feel like Kitesif has no way of you know, fighting in the air, fighting airborne. Am I right? You really like Tifa and Red's combat in this. Tifa is really nice. She plays so smooth, and like, you know, even better than she did in Remake. In Remake, I was like, fuck you, ARF. My team is Cloud, Tifa, Barret, because I was a lot more comfortable with that. And Red, I used to really not like Kasumi, and then you know the Gold Saucer sequence where you have no choice but to fight with Cloud and Red, kind of like forced me to focus and try and play Red properly, and I like him a lot more now. I feel like I kind of get him a bit more than I did before. But yeah, still, like, Yuffie is my... I just feel like having all the elements on her ninjutsu, which means that I don't even need to fight, you know, like melee range, like close, what do you call it? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a ranged DPS that can do any element at whim. That just feels super powerful to me. Maybe it's because I can't play for shit, but yeah, she can dodge easy if she powers up. Yuffie's combat is also great. I really liked her being in a team with Tifa and Cloud.
Rare Sandspitter variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. The Dune-dwelling Sandspitter subsists on a diet of desert insects, which it ingests along with a heaping helping of grit and rock. Note that it doesn't immediately regurgitate this excess. The creature holds it in reserve as a weapon to fell more prey. Such evolutionary adaptations are simply par for the course in this arid biome. Analysis of this variant will offer us greater insight into life in the desert. Your assistance is much appreciated.
Wait, did I understand this right, you guys? Are those motherfuckers like pooping on us? Is that what's happening? Just like hold it in and then fucking poop when... Alright, we need to assess them. And this is gonna take for fucking ever, my friends. I'm not even gonna manage to assess them, am I? I need to pressure them and then assess them, I guess. But god damn it! Oh shit. Yeah, but he's down. Fuck. Loud. Oh my god, Yuffie, I love you. See what I was talking about? Like, I guess it's also, like, it's just a matter of, you know, playstyles and shit, but I guess generally speaking, I like being a ranged DPS, and like being I fucking love Yuffie. She's the one that feels the most natural to play out of all the characters so far. Again, with the caveat that I've not played Kitesif quite as much as the others since I've just unlocked them, but out of the, you know, like, main gang, plus Red, I love Yuffie. I think she's gonna be on my team, like, my main team until the end. Alright. Blade Fins, a rare Sandspitter variant born in the wake of the Gold Saucer's construction. Exposure to Mako has turned his fins blue. It has no elemental weaknesses, dying good, and we need to inflict enough damage after it emerges to pressure it. And I want to stagger one. Well, that will be easy with Yuffie, surely. But also we need to hurry the fuck up because we've got 1 minute 30. And we still need to stagger one, yeah. Ooh, motherfucker. Cloud, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, perfect. Hurry up, Cloud. Yes, there we go. Where's the last motherfucker?
Deal with that. You're in good hands now.
Come on, come out. We good, we good. I can kill this mofo in 1 minute. Come on, you. Fuck. No, Cloud!
Take it from here. You
How did I manage to, like, throw... God damn it. Can you do something stupid, like... Maybe it will resolve right when the stupid fucker is out, right? Yes! Oh, Yeffy, I fucking love you. Come on, we got this. We got this! Boom! Alright! Oh shit. Are you guys lagging? Tifa, I think, is the most OP character in Rebirth. That is good news to me, actually, because that means I get to play Tifa when I do the hard content on the second playthrough and shit. Again, like I was saying, I just beat Vice earlier, and, you know, I was maining Tifa. I did, probably you've heard about this strat if you're interested in game remake stuff. It's the easiest strat to beat Vice, but you definitely, like, you only play Tifa throughout the entire fight. Is anyone else? So, I'm sorry about that, you guys. I don't know what's going on. If it happens for the both of you, then it probably is happening for everyone. I did have some weirdness with the internet today. Bitrate could need lowering a little, maybe. Actually, you know, when we were messing around, Kasumi. Yeah. If you guys don't mind, let me check that real quick. When we were fucking around to try and fix my Ever Crisis stream, which we ended up doing, that's one of the things I played with. I think it's Ricky that suggested it. And I did turn it back to what it was before, which is one... No, this is my audio bitrate, sorry. Where is my regular... Oh, it's not lagging for you, Marm. Interesting. It might just be you guys. My video bitrate is at 2.5k. That is reasonable, right? I think it's what I had it set up as before. And Kasumi, what you recommended? 2.5k. And also, if it's not lagging for Marm, I guess maybe the problem is the fascists have already cut off the cross-Atlantic lines, or cross-Pacific. Actually, that makes no sense, Morgan. You're using Starlink. You're not going through the ocean. And Kasumi's in Japan, so never mind that. Should have been fine for Tom. If it continues doing it, maybe put it at 2000, since 2.5 is fine for 720p. I normally set it at 1.5. Alright. And you know, it's like, we need to kill the stream for me to actually change that. And I'm on for 1 hour and a half. I'll definitely try, let me note it down so I don't forget. I try lowering it to 2k after the stream. But if it is watchable for you guys, actually, let me know. Tom and Kasumi, please let me know if you keep getting the laggy thingy. I do get sometimes, like, for, you know, like half a second or maybe a second, shit gets laggy. I'm aware of that issue, and I know how to fix it, and it will happen soon. But that's not what you guys are talking about, because when that happens, I can tell that it's happening, and I could not tell that you guys were having a laggy stream. Tom, would you be able to do 1080 30 FPS? Fuck no. Like, again, you've seen my I am on Starlink. I live in bumfuck nowhere, France, in the countryside. I do not want to you know, like, pull on my bandwidth any more than I can. What I want, like we were saying with Kasumi the other night, I just want a 720 stream that is watchable and fine, and you know, that is what I am aiming for right now. We shall see where this, if I keep on streaming for years and shit, and this hobby of mine, you know, I get serious about it, maybe I'll start considering trying to make it more hardcore, you know, 1080p type shit. But for now, it's whoa, fuck yeah, boogie. Right now, it's nowhere near my in my priority list, or even it's not even on any list. And we got a cache. It's not very, Kasumi, it's not very common, and the quality is really good though when it is working. And I don't want any lag on the camera either anymore. Yeah, exactly. And my camera, my actual hardware webcam is shit. It's like my it's literally the webcam that is, you know, in my gaming laptop. So that's, you know, that's how much work I've got to do on the setup, you guys. I'm not starting with bandwidth issue. I just want a clean 720 stream that is watchable by everyone and enjoyable, and that is my goal for now. The thing that bugs you most is how the cam looks. How do you mean? How do you mean, Tom? Tell me more. Maybe we can work on it. Yeah, my camera is not lagging at all. But again, I think this is the well, no, actually. When I play on PlayStation, I feel like my camera was never lagging. But I streamed a bit of Ever Crisis last night, Kasumi. And you know, it used to be hell. My Ever Crisis streams were laggy. The camera was laggy. Everything was laggy as hell. And after all the changes that you and Ricky suggested, it's fucking seamless. Well, again, with the bandwidth that I have and stuff, you know, loading screens are still long, but at least the game is snappy, the stream is snappy, and I am so fucking grateful to you guys for that. You guys fixed it, and I love you for it. Tom, it needs to be clean. Hardware camera, so nothing you can do about it. Exactly, man. It's not it needs to be clean, it's that I need to get a better camera. But not gonna happen anytime soon, y'all. I'm not spending, I'm sorry. Well, I cannot spend any money on my setup just you know, for now. But things might change in the future. Things might change. I don't know. I'll get back to work probably, and then I'll probably slowly upgrade shit over time or something. I don't know. Stick with me, you guys. Bear with me, and everything will. Oh shit! I just popped a cushion. That's fine. I've got so many of them. It's like I made the same joke on Sunday about the tents, but it's like, why is the tent a single-use item in OG? Like, Cloud, you know you can reuse a tent, right? You don't need to just leave it there and go buy a new one. Same thing with your fucking cushion, bro. Just keep your cushion. What the fuck? Let's head back to the cache. Tom, I got a C920, and I think it could look better than what it is, but I am not a tech person to make it look better. I am even, you know, no matter how much not of a tech person you are, I'm definitely less than you, Tom. I know nothing about hardware. I don't even know what a C920 is. I'm totally clueless. Even when it comes to, you know, like, CPUs and GPUs and shit. I don't know. All that shit goes way over my head. And it's like, I know I could get into it and learn a bit and not be as fucking hopeless as I am the minute people start talking hardware, but it's just, I don't know. It's not a thing. If I had time to invest in learning new things, this would not be at the top of my priority list. And I do feel like, okay, so for instance, this computer that I'm running my stream on is when I wanted to get a new gaming laptop, what I did was I asked my friend Nas. If you guys have watched me stream before, I talk about him all the time because he has such a big influence on me on all things gamings and other things in life. But anyway, one of my best friends. I know he's really, you know, he's super savvy when it comes to like hardware and shit. And I knew I can just ask him, you know, and be like, all right, my budget is this. What I want is like not secondhand, but like refurbished. Is that what you call it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was not gonna buy a new laptop. So I want a refurbished laptop within that budget, and I want to be able to run this and this and that. And then he asked me a few pointed questions, like, all right, blah, 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 blah. And then he told me, you know, he gave me like the name of 5 or 4 or 3 or whatever, you know, a few computer models. He was like, try and get one of these. They'll be in your price range. They're what you're looking for. That's what I did. I'm so fucking happy with my gaming laptop. You know what I'm saying is that I feel like it's one of those. Alright, I wish I could speak Japanese so that I could play Final Fantasy games in the original language that they were, well, most of them were written, you know, fucking developed in, right? And sure, I could bug my sister-in-law and Kasumi and shit to get me translation of specific scenes, but it's not the same as actually having that knowledge yourself and being able to just play the game in Japanese, right? Whereas I feel like all this knowledge. Sure, when one of you guys asks questions about hardware. Like Ricky was doing it yesterday, like, oh, what is this? I haven't heard about this. I'm more of an NVIDIA guy or whatever. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's useless knowledge. Of course it's useful. I'm just saying I personally... Yes! Yes! Caricature! Having them a physical ATB command will pressure them. Alright.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not investing any time into learning that shit. I'm gonna keep on relying on my friends, including you guys, when it comes to fucking hardware shit. The dialogue is different in spots, yes. Yeah, I know, Kasumi. With the I don't know if you play 14, Kasumi, or if you've played it at all. And you know, 14 is a special case because CBU3 is weird when it comes to... The Western version takes some liberties in some areas which aren't being said in ours. Yeah, and well, actually, I'm curious. What do you think about that, Kasumi? To me, it is the difference between translation and localization, if that makes any sense. Like, I am actually okay with the localization team taking liberties, as you say. You haven't played 14? Okay, never mind then. But the 14 case is really interesting when it comes to that. Like, a Japanese game, the way, you know, like in development, the localization team really has their say on a lot of shit. Like, 14 is really interesting. And so it is super interesting when us Lorfins compare the dialogue to have like a Japanese Lorfin and somebody who plays the game in English. And to compare the dialogue, and sometimes you can get, you know, like tiny insights from comparing the different languages. You find it odd, to be fair. You lose some of the meaning if you do that. Yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand your stance. I think, again, as you know, you've been able to play both versions and understand them, which is obviously not my case. Yet. Someday I learn Japanese, but I'm nowhere near that. Is that what I'm supposed to take a picture of? Oh, it's the bottom of the gold saucer. Alright. I'm so bad at screenshots, y'all. How do I even... Oh, shit. I was supposed to take it. Okay. Kasumi, there are some stuff in ours which make more sense, and it's sadly lost in translation. This is super interesting. Again, Kasumi, if you don't mind, once I have finished Rebirth, if you don't mind me bugging you with this, I would love to have you know, to have your opinion on this. Like, I don't know if you have any examples in mind. There you go. A good example of this is at the end of Remake, they changed Arif's final line. Oh.
This must be the sandstorm.
Shh. What are they talking about? Kasumi, in ours she said she hated the sky in the west. I miss the steel sky. It's completely different. Okay, I don't remember her precise line at the end of Remake, Kasumi, but I do remember thinking that she seemed to be implying that she actually felt uncomfortable for not having the steel sky, the pizza in the sky, which I also thought was really interesting. So I think they ended up changing that just before Rebirth released, apparently, to what our version says. Oh, never mind then. Okay, so I had the rechanged version that is closer to what your version says. Never mind. But yeah, like I was saying, Kasumi, if you don't mind me bothering you with this shit, when I'm done with Rebirth, I'd love to hear, you know, if you have other examples in mind, or more generally speaking, like, I don't know, stuff that I might have missed because of the localization. I love that shit. But again, yeah, just, you know, on a more theoretical, of course, when stuff is lost in translation, it's a shame. But I feel like on a more fundamental kind of... Okay, so you know, like the history. Have you heard of Tom Woolley? You know, the history of how Final Fantasy games were translated, and they used to be translated very literally. And actually, there are so many, you know, monster names that have kind of like gotten into the Western or like English Final Fantasy mythology now that we keep calling them the same thing, but it's actually just a stupid fucking mistranslation of, like, you know, a word that was in katakana, and then they just translated. Oh my fucking god, Pickle! You did it again, Pickle! Welcome, Raiders! Welcome, Agran! Welcome, my friends! Welcome to the stream. This is Morgan Zanon. We're supposed to be playing Rebirth right now, but mostly we're shooting the shit, which is fucking amazing, you guys. We were talking with Kasumi right there about how the Final Fantasy games are translated, and Kasumi was telling me about how a lot is actually lost in translation, which I find fascinating because I don't speak Japanese yet. I definitely want to learn it at some point if I live long enough. So yeah, welcome, Pickle. Thank you so much, Pickle. Second raid in a row. I love you, and I have not managed to catch your stream just yet, but I'll definitely I will check it out. Pickle, you got Cloud back in the party and then spent the rest of the stream getting a golden chocobo. Did you get it, Pickle? Did you get the golden chocobo? And if you did, fucking congratulations! Again, you know, like I was telling you last night, on Sunday, it's been forever since I've played OG, so I don't remember the details of it, but I do remember how fucking long it took to get that gold chocobo. Agron, you're trying to learn Japanese! This is amazing. I started it, bro. Well, I started playing Duolingo, as I call it. Just doing Japanese on Duolingo. And I used to be very, for what it's worth, you know, I was very serious about it. And I made, you know, those little, like, two-sided pieces of paper with, like, the hiraganas on one side and then the, what do you call it, transliteration on the other one to, like, learn it. Fuck yeah, you did! Congrats, Pickle, everybody! Congratulations, Pickle, on the gold chocobo in OG. And you got the Knights of the Round, baby! Nice. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, Raiders, for shouting in your ears. But then again, you know, this is Morgan Zane and I shout a lot. I shout a lot when I'm happy. And you guys are making me happy. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. Congratulations, Pickle. This is kind of the big turning point, isn't it? Kasumi, the way Sephiroth speaks in our version is different. He has a different speech pattern before Nibelheim and after. Oh my god, yes! I might very much find it interesting, Kasumi. This is exactly my type of shit. And you know, I will even say, I was in the middle of trying to tell you what I, like, again, I don't want to, I feel like fundamentally, when human beings create a piece of art, of course, the best way to appreciate that piece of art is to experience it in the language that it was created in, right? It's a no-brainer. That being said, if we're going to translate it anyways, I do think I see the value, the virtue even, in localizing it rather than just translating it word for word, if that makes any sense. There are some changes. Again, I'm sorry, Kasumi, like this won't mean much to you, but 14 is a perfect example of that. Because the Japanese and the English versions are written concurrently. Hey, Sora! Oh my, look at this is fucking Christmas, yo! My homie Sora is here. Sora is one of my mates from, I was just talking about 14, Sora. So, hey, Sora, check this out. Look at my transitions, bro. Check this bitch out, Sora. Sora is a friend from my 14 free company, and he's one of the best players I know, like personally, that I hang out with. Sora was like he's one of the best black mages in the world, you guys. This is who my friend Sora is. Pickle, I only know kanji and stuff because I learned Mandarin Chinese. I can't understand Japanese. Well, you still have a head start on the rest of us, Pickle, right? If you if you know Mandarin. It is so hard. Like Agron was saying, when you start from scratch as a Westerner, there's just so much. Well, I mean, sorry, I'm assuming you're a Westerner, Pickle. I don't actually know that, but assuming you were, it was probably the same for you when you started learning Chinese, right? Where there's just so much to learn at just from start. But yeah, like I was. Oh my, you guys, I'm so excited. I'm all over the place. Like I'm having this amazing conversation with Kasumi, then you guys rated them. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. You're British, Pickle. All right. So I was not too wrong then in assuming you were Westerner. But again, sorry for assuming. I should not have done that. There was no reason for me to. You know what? No, actually, I think when I followed you, I checked you out real quick, your Twitch page, and I did see that you were British. So I don't think it was assumption on my part. I think I knew that you were a Westerner. For what it's worth. I'm gonna come hang out on your streams anyway. I really want to see you cross Switch. That is a funny slip of the tongue though. I want to see you cross Stitch, but I also want to see you play OG7. And I'm not worried about what do you call it? Brain fart again. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm too excited. There's so much going on. Yeah, I'm not worried about spoilers like I am with Rebirth because I have played OG before. Right, yo. Yeah, no. End of the little story time is that. So I was doing Japanese Duolingo every single day and stuff, and then Ever Crisis, released, and it's just like if I have time to spend on my phone, I'm gonna spend it on Ever Crisis and not learning Japanese, and I just quit. And it's also, I was doing it with this other person that I stopped seeing for other reasons, but anyway, there's this whole thing in I don't know if you guys have ever played Duolingo, like this whole like gamification of the learning process of a new language that I actually think is really cool. And one of those things is that you have like 2 people quests where you can like try and get objectives with somebody else. I was doing all of that with the same person, and she was so fucking... I did not know there were people that were tryhards at Duolingo, but believe me, if she was ridiculous. Like, she'd do shit just to get the maximum amount of XP in Duolingo rather than learning it. She was working on Italian, learning Italian as fast as she could. It was crazy, but I learned a lot about it. It's always fun to hang out with people that are really at the top of their game in any area in life of what mankind can offer, I think, even with Duolingo. Anyway. Yeah, I just dropped the ball completely, and no, I was pretty good. I knew all my hiraganas. I was getting pretty good at katakanas, and then the very basic kanjis that are like bullshit kanjis, but you do need them. And no, I think I've forgotten most of it, unfortunately. Pickle, I finished the first page of my cross stitch. Only 29 left to go. Oh my god, is that the biggest Pokemon cross stitch that you were talking about last time, Pickle? I'm so excited. I really want this. I want to see you do it, actually, because I'm sure you've got so much more experience than I do, that you do some stuff. I'm sure I could learn some stuff just watching you do it. Duolingo is a good starting point for learning a language. I agree. And, when I was doing it, I was not like, I'm going to speak fluent Japanese just by playing Duolingo daily. It was more of a, I'm just getting some basics there, and then the day I decide to actually learn it, that will be useful, if that makes any sense. And also, it's like a good time. I keep saying play Duolingo rather than however else you want to do it. Learn a language through Duolingo. No, I feel like it's like playing a video game, right? You're actually having fun. You feel like you're progressing. You've got objectives, whatever. In the case of Japanese, they are actually really helpful with you can do that like real life exercise. Again, I made all those little pieces of paper with the hiragana on one side, the sounds on the other one, and then when I felt I knew them perfectly, I used them to roll joints, which I also thought was pretty cool. I'm smoking the Japanese language right now, but never mind that. You know what I'm saying is that Duolingo's great for sure. But yeah, I was always like, I'm gonna get more formal about it and learn it in a more proper way eventually, and everything I've got from Duolingo will still be useful, and I feel like this is what Duolingo is. For me personally, anyway. I also feel like learning a language is so fucking organic, right? Depending on the way your brain works, it's just some people get a lot from your very typical, like university type, very formal, this is how you learn a language type shit, whereas some other people will just like learn a language talking to people, never learning the grammar in the first place, but they'll get a feel for the deep hidden truths of a language. You guys know what I'm saying? We're all different when it comes to language learning, and I just feel like Duolingo sort of works for me, and to get started. Kasumi, I think you'd find our dialogue rather interesting though, Morgan. I'm not fond of changing the meaning myself, but that's mainly due to what I've experienced in bad localization when studying overseas. I've seen some terrible examples of loss of story. It's crazy, lol. Yeah, Kasumi, I feel that. It must be enraging for you to see this. I'm assuming, considering what you just said, please forgive me if I'm assuming too much, but like, if you play a game that you've loved in another language and you see that, it's nothing like the important shit, the shit that resonated with you was lost, I imagine, it must be terrible. My new playthrough of OG7 is the first time I'm playing it in English. But when I was a kid, obviously I played it in French. I'm French, you guys. Hey, Raiders, I'm French. And the French translation of OG7 is notoriously bad, and there's a lot lost in there and stuff, and there's a lot of the story that never made sense to me. And now, you know, there's the fact that I was a kid, and so obviously some stuff would go over my head because there's some dipshit going on in this game we all know and love, right? But also I really do feel like the translation did not help, and I'm actually excited to see the English translation, but of course it's nothing like seeing the original fucking, you know, what the creative minds behind the game meant, and they meant it in Japanese. Sora, I'm sad you're not going to the 14 pop-up store. Yo, Sora, if you're still around, sorry, I need to catch up on chat. I might actually get to go. Are you going up to Paris just for the pop-up store? Because if so, I totally wanna meet up with you, bro. I'ma DM you. It's not done yet. There's some real life stuff I need to, like, kinks I need to work out, but I do need to go through Paris at some point it's next week, isn't it? Or the week after. Anyway, when the pop-up store, the week after that, I might actually make it to the pop-up store. Let's be in touch, Sora. I so want to meet you in real life, brother. Kasumi, if you start to study, maybe I can help. Are you serious, sister? I would so love it if I could pick your mind about Japanese when I start studying. It's not if, it is when, because I will learn Japanese eventually. It's on my bucket list. I want to speak Japanese before I die, unless I die before I get to learn Japanese, in which case I'm fine, I'm dead, but you know. So yeah, Kasumi, you know, be careful what you wish for. That's not the right phrase, but you know what I'm saying. I will take you up on that offer is what I mean. I will absolutely come pick your brain with stupid Japanese questions. Pickle, Duolingo only teaches you the basics. It's all repetition. You don't really learn how to construct your own sentences much. Yeah, that's also the feeling. Again, I never got really far in Duolingo, but that's the feeling I got, is that there's this, and I feel like, you know, like the progression curve and how you feel about it is that early Duolingo feels so fucking amazing, right? Like, again, at that point where I felt like I had all the hiraganas nailed down pat, and it started giving me actual sentences, and I was like, I understand what that person said. I can say it back. I can ask this. I can ask that. And then after like 20 exercises of, where's the bus stop? I'm like, yeah, but like, what if I want to ask them, you know, how do you say couch? I don't know how to say that, Duolingo, like, so yeah. But again, it's I still feel, I really think it depends on the way your brain fucking works and how you are with languages. And for some types of thinking and how you receive learning, it might be very useful. I think for some people it might genuinely, again, like I've seen people being crazy with languages. My own brother is kind of like that. Like, you know, you just drop in Prague for 2 weeks and it's not that he'll speak Czech or even understand Czech on a deep level. Like, I feel like I'm bragging. I hate doing that. I feel like I kind of understand the English language on a deep level. Not as deep as you native speakers, obviously, but you know what I'm saying is that I can speak almost as fast as I can speak in French and stuff. Sometimes I don't know the right words. Sometimes I need to make weird, you know, circumvoluted sentences just to express what I would express very easily in my mother tongue. But still, I feel like I sort of understand the language, right? I don't think my brother gets that. However, he does get this very weird, like, he's like a sponge of vocabulary, if that makes any sense. He will understand any word you tell him, okay, this means that, he will remember forever or some shit. I don't even know. Is that what it works? Is that how it works? I don't know. What I know is that you drop my brother 2 weeks in a country that speaks a language, and he'll manage to, like, just fucking his way through about any situation that I've, you know. Anyway, my brother's amazing with that shit, and there are other forms. My very good friend Numax, he's on chat sometimes. He hangs out with us. He has this like accent, like he can speak any language with or at least to my French ear, right? But to me, when he speaks English, he sounds like an American. When he speaks Spanish, he sounds like a Spanish person. And I feel like if he'd learned Japanese, for instance, he would absolutely sound like a Japanese person. Which again is not saying that he's, and I don't, well, when it comes to English, I know he definitely, like, he's perfectly fluent in English. I don't know if it's the same with Spanish and stuff, but you know what I'm saying? It's just that his brain, you know, works in such a way that he can just like sponge in an accent. It's, I don't know. We're all so different, man. And languages are so weird and such a weird way of making our brains work. I don't know. I love it. I need to shut the fuck up and catch up on chat and play video games. I'm sorry, you guys. Again, Pickle, your raid just made me so fucking happy. I'm super hyper right now. I'm just talking. I'm shooting the shit out of the shit or whatever. What am I even saying? I don't know. I love you guys. Where was I at in chat? I'm trying to catch up. Marm, I found Duolingo frustrating because it doesn't give you lessons. It actually depends on the language, Marm. In Japanese, for instance, Japanese Duolingo does have, I don't know if that's what you meant, but lessons and kind of like courses, not courses. I don't know. There's times in Japanese Duolingo where they're like, before doing like the game thing, pause for a minute and we're gonna teach you a couple of things because you can't, you need to understand those things. So in Japanese Duolingo, at the very least, it's the only one I can vouch for. But there is this thing where sometimes they give you lessons, if that's what you meant. Anyway, that's I felt like there were lessons and I like that. Kasumi. The English OG7 has some strange stuff also, Morgan Zainen. Yes. So my playthrough for the first time, again, playing this game in English for the first time, there's definitely some stuff where I'm like, it's so fucking weird. Like, what was that conversation about? We totally lost the meaning. And that's why I like having native English speakers on my stream, is that I feel like sometimes maybe it's because I'm French and I'm the one not understanding it. But to be honest, and again, maybe I'm wrong, but no, because you just confirmed it, and I think, like, sometimes the OG7 English translation is weird as fuck, right? We all agree on that. You guys that have played OG, like, sometimes, like, dialogue just does not make sense. I actually like it. I would even say that it kind of, like, contributes to the weird atmosphere that OG has, in a way, which, brings us back to our conversation, Kasumi, is I think even a shitty translation sometimes kind of like, it gives you a different experience of the game you're definitely missing out, but it can actually be its own thing. I really think the success... No, never mind. I do that a lot. I start a sentence by saying, I really think that, and then, when I'm about to say, I realize I'm not convinced by what I'm about to say. But I do wonder if OG7's weirdness, in part due to mistranslations, might not have maybe contributed a bit to its success in the West? I don't know. A shame the French version is like that also. For sure. And again, I don't want to throw shade at the people that worked on it. I'm sure it's extremely hard. And again, I can't speak Japanese for shit, so I'm not going to say, oh, you did a bad job. I can't even imagine. 7 was the first AAA game, right? So like it was a brand new job translating this kind of game into French. So let's be fair to them. They did what they could. And it's alright. And again, like so many people my generation, FF7 was their first JRPG. It's like, it's marked them. It's a wonderful fucking game, even with the French translation. So they did do a great job. I'm just saying, I'm sure we lost so much from the original game. All right, I'm almost caught up on chat. No, I just forgot to scroll down. Sora's not sure if he's coming to Paris. You want to? Well, brother, let's fucking do it. Let's fucking meet up in Paris. Let's go buy a bunch of shit with money I don't have, and then let's go have a drink. Agron, when I was in Japan last year, I bought the 10 first manga of Demon Slayer in Japanese. Haven't touched them before now. I'm also learning French in school. Holy shit, Agron! Hey, like Kasumi was offering, Agron, if you want to ask me any questions about the French language, please feel free to DM me or whatever. I do love talking. I do like my language. I decided to, I chose to stream in English and shit, which probably is telling. And I love speaking English generally. I love the English language, but I also do like my mother tongue. So if you have questions about French or anything, everyone, please feel free to hit me up. I'd love to try and help you out best as I can. Pico, you spoke Mauritian Creole when you were a kid. Holy shit, this is fucking amazing. It's too bad you don't remember much. But I fucking love... I don't know any Mauritian Creole, but I have heard some Creole from La Réunion, that island, and I love the way it sounds. I don't know if it's anything like Mauritian Creole, actually. It might be very different, but I definitely love the sound of La Réunion Creole. And then Hawaiian Creole, well, you guys probably, one of the Fugees, Wyclef Jean, he's done a few songs where he like sings in Creole, and there's this one in particular where like the beat is the what do you call it, like the main fucking music line for House of the Rising Sun, and then he raps in Hawaiian Creole on top of that, and it's so fucking good. I love that song so fucking much. It's amazing. I love, again, I don't think I've ever heard Mauritian Creole, so don't know if it sounds the same, but Hawaiian or Réunion, Creole de la Réunion, I don't know how you say it in English. I just love the way it sounds. Just purely in terms of sound. Again, I can't really understand much of it. You're on page 1 of the manga and it's so hard. The kanji specifically is so annoying. Yeah, Agron, I'm guessing this is, that's the cost of, the cost of entry, brother. Stick at it, my friend. I'm sure you will, manage to enjoy it. And then, like we were saying, you can actually read it in Japanese, in the language it was written in, the language it's meant to be read in. And I think this is beautiful. This is totally worth the struggle, isn't it? Worth the annoyance. Kasumi, you tend to... Oh, I think I lost you guys. You tend to pick the dialect of the region you study in from what I've noticed. Am I still on? I think I lost you guys. Oh my god! I'll be right back. This is so weird. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I don't think so, but I see that Agron has just followed me. Am I back yet? Am I back yet? Yes! Alright, I'm back. Agron, thank you so much for the follow, brother. And brothers and sisters, we are at 46 out of 50. I am almost affiliate thanks to Agron's follow. Any of you raiders, if you're still around, to be fair, this is very much like... Also, the stream just crashed. So this is kind of perfect. Like, if you feel like following me, you know what you're in for. It's a lot of having a game pause and talking about shit. It's a lot of technical issues. But if you're enjoying this, please do hit that follow button. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Agron. I love you guys. All right, still playing catch up with the chat. This is also the first time, you guys. This is the first time my chat is so active that I can't, for the life of me, catch up with it, and I fucking love it. Thank you so much. Okay, so when the stream crashed, Kasumi and Agron, you were talking about how you get different dialects depending on where, and with whom you learn how to speak a language. And Kasumi, you were saying that Osaka has a different dialect to what you speak in Tokyo. Agron was saying that Tokyo was his favorite place in Japan. We can make it the first place someday. And Kasumi, you prefer Hokkaido over Tokyo yourself due to the snow festival. Where are you from specifically in Japan, Kasumi? I don't think if I ever heard you, read you say it on a stream, I'm afraid I forgot. I'm sorry, sister. Agron, I was in the Imperial Park and got my best photograph there, so I'm biased. I was only in Japan for 2 weeks, though. Hey, Cat! Sorry, Cat, I'm so... Pickle rated me. No, there's so many of you guys. We're just chatting about languages and Japan and dialects and so much shit, Cat. So I haven't, the game has been on pause for a minute, but this is so fucking great. I love this. This is what I want my stream to be. You guys are fucking amazing. You guys are fucking amazing, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Oh shit, Agron. Next year you'll be going to Japanese high school for 10 months. That's fucking amazing. And you're Danish, so you have French in school. I was just about to ask you. You can choose between French or German. And Pickle, you're a weird mish, Danish Mauritian, and you live in the UK, right? That's amazing, Pickle. Shit, I love, you know what? I love that. I'm sorry, you guys. I know nobody wants this to get political. I don't know if you've heard what's happening in France, but mankind is beautiful, our differences and shit, and one of the rare things that the modern world has brought us is this, right there. It's the fact that people can move around, we can all chat together, we can meet each other, we can be friends, regardless of where we're from and what our heritage is, and some stupid fucking bigots are trying to ruin this for everyone, and I fucking hate that, and I fucking hate them. And I'm sorry about that, but I'm really fucking glad all of you guys are here. I fucking love it. Can you imagine, we're having this is my own stream, me, this, I'm in the middle of the French countryside, and I have an amazing Japanese person, I have an amazing Danish person, I have an amazing British person with Mauritian and Danish heritage. How fucking crazy is this shit, right? I love you guys. I love that we're able to do this, and I really fucking hope that we can keep on doing this, and fuck all this stupid people that want us to stop and that want to stick together in their shitty ass sad fucking communities of sad old racist people. Fuck them, and yay for mankind, yay for humanity. We've done some shit, the environment would be a lot better if not for us. But we also do some beautiful things, like communing tonight. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate all of yous. Okay, and I'm still way behind on chat. I'm so fucking excited about being behind on chat, you guys. This is, it's kind of a big step for me as a beginner streamer. It's like, I can't keep up with my chat. Hell yeah! Thank you so much for the raid, Pico, once again. Alright, Kasumi. Good luck. Once again, my only recommendation would be to learn a little basic conversation mixed with the local Japanese community and learn a little of the culture and etiquette. Yeah, for sure. That sounds like such amazing advice. That I feel like... Sorry, stop answering to every single message, Morgan. Read for your chat. Alright. It may be difficult, but it will be rewarding. I'm sure you're right, Kasumi. Pickle, I think Réunion Creole is probably very similar to Mauritian Creole because they're very close to each other. Yeah, I didn't want to make that assumption, Pickle, but I admit when I brought up Réunion Creole, it was precisely because of that, that stupid, like, human thought of, like, oh, they're next to each other, probably languages are similar, that I don't fucking know, especially when it's, Creole is strange by construction, right? It's not strange, but you know what I'm saying is that it's languages that have been heavily influenced by history, and also the fact that they're islands means that distance probably means more. Again, I'm just saying this. I hope it's not offensive to anyone. That's very on the contrary. What I'm saying is that I would not have been surprised. I do not know enough about different Creoles to feel like that intuition that I had that they were probably similar was justified. Is all I mean. That's why you're already beginning to learn the language. Oh, yo, Egran, if you don't mind me asking, are you actually in high school? Because you said you were going to Japanese high school. It's just, I'm curious. Please don't feel like you need to answer that. I realize it's very personal. I'm just curious. Is all. Right. This is when my stream crashed. Kasumi, you could more than likely find someone who is interested in learning a foreign language who will help. Some people here like to do that as a hobby. Like everyone on Earth, I think, Kasumi, there are people that like learning new languages. And again, this is one of the good things about globalization in it, is that we can... It's actually, again, like I was talking earlier about how weird languages are when it comes to our brain and how we learn shit. I also think it's fascinating. And I'm pretty sure, I don't want to talk out of my ass, but I do think there are a lot of studies that show that learning foreign languages is really good for like long-term, memory. What do you call it? Like it helps it helps you fight against some of the issues you might get neurologically when you age. It helps with short-term memory. It helps with long-term memory. Like learning a foreign language is a great idea. It's a great way to spend your time, even if it's not like, oh, I mean to go to the place where people speak that language someday, or oh, there is this community that I can interact with that speak that language. Even just for yourself, for your own brain, it's a great idea to learn foreign languages. It's really fucking brilliant. Hey, Gran, no one likes to learn Danish, and then Pickle with his Danish heritage going in hard like, there's a weird language, bro. You never know, they might. It's just really hard to find a Japanese person who's willing to teach. That's it gotta do, Ike. You don't say, I probably mispronounced that the fuck out. Kasumi, you're from Tokyo. Oh, my bad. That's funny. For some reason, I was sure you were not from Tokyo. I don't know where I got that from. Then again, I was sure, what was it? I was sure Raiden was American. Which, to be fair, he's been living in America for years. I need to stop making shit up about my friends, though. So you live in Tokyo, Kasumi. All right. Egron, if I may add, your heritage is Viking and Rusky. What is Rusky? I've heard that term before. It is like the ancestral peoples that have populated what is now called Russia and Scandinavia. Is that right, Egron, or am I making shit up? What is Rusky? Sora is half from Corsica, and he just came home from Quebec, as I know. I'm so surprised, Sora. Like, there are so many people in my life these days that I learn are from Corsica. I don't know if Reshen, my bro and moderator, is still here, but his girlfriend is Corse. And I had some strong opinions, which were stupid because I've never been there. But, I felt like people from Corsica were a little hot-headed, tended to kind of, and it's so untrue of every single Corsican person I've met, or Corsican heritage person I've met so far. For you guys abroad, Corsica is this tiny little island in the Mediterranean Sea that is part of France. It is two départements, which is like a county, if you will. But there's always been some. Sora, tell me if I'm saying anything stupid, but I feel like there's always been some people in there, like in Brittany or so many parts of France, so many parts of any country, I think, that always felt that they wanted independence and not to be a part of France, like Catalonia in Spain and so many other regions, Northern Ireland, obviously. Anyway, and yeah, it's a funny old place, Corsica. Again, never been there. I just feel like it's very different from the rest of France in a great many ways, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I should go there someday. Agron, we actually have a row of cherry blossoms here where I live. Shit, in Denmark? Again, don't mean to be, but I am surprised that cherry... Oh my god, am I saying really stupid? If it is, I'm sorry. I'm surprised that cherry trees can even grow in Denmark. I have this vision of Scandinavia, including Denmark, where it's like so fucking cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys eat stuff that's different from us. Like, you have different fruits or some shit. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Oh, very interesting. Kasumi says, I wonder if they were gifted by us. I know we have done that for many countries. Very beautiful trees. It is indeed. I fucking love. There's a whole bunch in France. I think in some places, there are some very obvious like cherry tree groves, if that makes any sense, which might have been given like gifts from Japan. But even like my own backyard has a couple of cherry trees, and when you get the pink petals and shit, it is so fucking beautiful. I love cherry trees. I love cherry trees. My cherries are uneatable. They are disgusting. I hear you can still make jelly or something out of them, but you definitely can't just like eat them. But they do look beautiful in the spring, and it's something. I think I just crashed again. And I think I'm still crashed. I'm sorry, you guys. God damn it. Are we back? Am I back? Am I back? I don't know. Yes, I think I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry, y'all. Streams crashed again. This is the second time tonight. It hadn't happened to me in a very long time. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm so sorry. And I'm still catching up on chat. The only good thing about the stream crashing is that I can catch up on chat a bit more while showing up. Agron, about the cherry trees in Denmark. The ones that are here are very old. Agron, I'm 16, which here in Denmark is in the end of Grundskole. Please tell me if I'm like being totally wrong about how you pronounce Danish, Agron. Or mandatory school. Next year I'll take 1 year of gymnasium, aka like high school. Then in my second year, you're going to Japan. It's so fucking amazing, Agron. I hope you enjoy it there. I hope you get everything you want out of that experience. And then you'll pursue the rest of the gymnasium. You have the next 4 years planned out already. You be careful with that sort of things too, Agron. Like, you might meet someone, fall madly in love, and then have it all be thrown upside down. It's a thing that happens a lot with human beings. Am I back? I feel like I'm still crashing. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm crashed bad. I don't know if you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, you can just like throw a yes, we can hear you, Z. Shut the fuck up about it in chat. I would be very grateful. I don't understand what's going on with my stream right now. Fuck, am I even online anymore? What is going on? Oh, am I back? Shit, I'm just saying you guys say I'm back. But I can't see the feedback. I have no idea what's going on. I'm sorry, y'all. It gives me a chance to catch up on chat, though. So I guess that's good. I don't understand. I don't understand though. Everything's all weird and messed up. I'm sorry, yo. I hate, technical issues because technical issues that I don't understand where I can't fix them immediately just makes me feel powerless. Like, with French politics. This is actually not true. I do not feel powerless with French politics. I'm just gonna catch up on chat while I wait for shit to get back to normal. I don't even know if you guys can see or hear me, and I'm sorry if it's weird that you can. I'm just talking about how you can't see or hear me, but I'll be back in a minute. Hopefully. Kasumi is still with the bitrate shit. I'll definitely try lowering it, Kasumi. I'll put it to 2K when I'm done with this stream. Danger? Oh, I'm almost caught up with chat. But I still can't see my feedback, so I still think I'm sort of off. Oh, I think this might be it, you guys. I think we are totally back. Holy shit, Kasumi. I'm sorry, I just exactly as my stream came back online, or at least I could tell that my stream was back online. I reached when you said I did come back from the UK with a boyfriend. Is the husband you were talking about, you're not sure you want to clone? Is he actually British, Kasumi? I had a crush on him, so it was nice to meet him, and we got married. Oh my god, yes! You just answered my question after that! This is such a cute story, Kasumi! I love it! I love it so much. You guys met on the internet from halfway across the world, and now you're married. I love it. I love it so much, Kasumi. I love your husband. I don't know anything about him, apart from the fact that if you could, you would not want two of him, but still, I love him. It's a beautiful, beautiful story, Kasumi. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Egron. Like, I see you guys saying like, yeah, we can hear you, but I cannot see that. It's so fucking weird. I'm guessing that like the outward bandwidth was fine, but not the inward or whatever. Like, upload, download. I don't know. Anyway, I'm back now. That damn bitrate shit. I'll definitely fix the bitrate, Kasumi. I'll try to set it to 2K like you said as soon as I'm done. Sora, do you want to do some late night roulettes later? Fuck yeah, brother, totally. I am killing this stream in 45 minutes. Then I need a good like half an hour to recover from streaming. Recover as if it, you know what I'm saying? Like just give me time to roll joints, and stuff. And then yeah, if you're still on, I'll hop on voice and we can do some roulette, Sora, and talk about the pop-up store shit, and the rest of it, Kasumi, yes he is. He's lovely. I'm fussy, so I just want the original. It's not easy at all since I'm shy, but we're able to make it work. I love that so much. And if you don't mind me asking, Kasumi, like always, you guys, when I ask you personal question, please do not feel like you have to answer. I only ask it, if you feel like sharing, that's fine. If not, obviously, but how long ago was that, Kasumi, that you met your husband, that you guys got married and stuff? Was it recent or, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, you'll be in voice at 1 a.m. I'll meet you there, brother. It's a date, me bro. It is 10 to midnight for you, Agron. It is same. Oh shit, we're in the same time zone. That's funny. I would have thought that the you guys had 1 hour ahead of us in France, but I guess I was wrong. So you've known each other since you were 13, 14. That is Kasumi and her husband. How old are you guys now? Again, if you don't mind sharing. Also, chat. Since we have all the raiders and shit from Pickle. If any of you guys play Ever Crisis, Kasumi and I and a bunch of other beautiful people have a guild. The guild system is not out yet, but it will be released very soon in Ever Crisis. So if you play Ever Crisis and you guys would like to join us, please let us know. We'd be very happy to have you guys. We're a fun bunch. We're a really fun bunch. We hang out on each other's streams. All of us that stream Ever Crisis a lot. We have a Discord. It's fun. Join us. You're 3 months older than him. You met in real life when you were 16, 17. Oh my, this is so beautiful, Kasumi. Like, you'd been talking, so you guys had been chatting online for like 3-4 years? 2 to 4 years. And again, if you don't mind me asking, did it already reach like a romantic stage by the time you met in real life? Or, you know, did you just have a crush on him, but not necessarily, you know, do you know what I mean? Again, if you don't mind me asking, if not, just don't ignore me, but did you consider him your boyfriend before you met in real life or only after? Yep. Okay, I love that story so much, Kasumi. It's such a beautiful story. I really love it. I was ranting earlier about the damage that the modern world has done and how some internet shit is good. You guys, your story is, you was too scared to confess that you had a crush on him. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he crushed hard on you too. Like, I would bet that he was also hoping that, you know, that things would work out that way. Your mother gave you the push to tell him. Oh my god, it's amazing. Your mom sounds amazing, Kasumi. My mom's amazing. I'm sure if I had like this sort of story, she would also push me to do the right thing and confess my love. But I feel like a lot of mothers in the modern world would not be so, what do you call it? Supportive of the whole thing. Agron, sorry bro. Does your sun go down at 10 p.m. and rise at 4 a.m.? Yeah, pretty much, brother. I have to say it is mostly daytime here. We got no darkness since... Oh, wait, no. I'm so bad at hours, bro. Okay, so this is you, I guess. 10 p.m. to 4 in the morning. I'm so... Morgan, like... I just see random hours, they seem vaguely right. I'm like, yeah, sure. To be fair, I am never awake in the morning, no matter how, like, 4 is... I'm not... But yeah, no, it's definitely not at 4 in France. Anyway. I'm bad at times, Agron, as you will... You know... My friends make fun of me all the time. You will soon realize that. You got no darkness since there's still light around 1.5 hours after and before sunset and sunrise. Holy shit! So I knew this shit happened. Again, like, you guys, please don't get offended by my ignorance. I definitely knew that sort of thing, like Agron, what you're talking about not getting any, like, you know, pure darkness at all in the winter. I knew that happened, even in Europe, but I really thought it was like northern Sweden, Finland, Norway. I would never thought, even in Denmark, that this would happen. This is so fucking interesting. You love the Danish summer. Gotta love the Danish summer, but the winter is horrible. Go to school in darkness, then leave school in darkness. Yeah, it is weird. It is weird as fuck. I can only imagine. And you know what? To be fair, Agron, even the Danish summer sounds weird to me. I live mostly at night these days anyway, but I do like nighttime, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? I like the darkness. I like knowing that I can walk out and see the stars. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure I'd be comfortable with just a few hours of night, and then again, like you were saying, not even proper night. That sounds very strange to me, Egon. Kasumi, we told each other and decided it was time to meet, and we went on our first date and been together ever since. That is beautiful. It is such a perfect story, Kasumi. I love it so much. Kasumi, my mother noticed quite early since he was the only boy I spoke about to her. It's why she said I should go on the exchange program so I could hang out with him and meet. She was very sweet. Yeah, again, you know, Kasumi, like I was saying, I feel like so many parents, if you told them about, oh, there's this boy in my life, I like him so much and stuff. Where did you meet him? Internet. Where is he from? The UK. You know, they'd be like, fuck that, you know, he's probably dangerous, stay away from him. It's great that your mom was supportive and encouraged you to go and meet him, and then that it worked out. It's fucking beautiful. It is a beautiful fucking story. Aegon, I was going to bed around 3 in the morning and it was light outside. I can show a pic somewhere. I'd love to see it. It's weird. It's weird. Again, it's weird to me. I guess you're used to it if you grew up there, Aegon, but to me it's just like mind-boggling. It's dark right now, but Denmark has it as well. Right now it's cloudy, so that's why it's darker. I don't know if there's a Discord, but I really want to show a picture of 3 AM here. I don't have a like Discord associated to this channel just now, Agran. I'm sorry. Just, you know, not big enough for it to make sense. But if you wanna whisper Kasumi and I'd love to see the picture. I really want to see what it looks like. Pickle in England, it rains roughly 120% of the time, 9 days a week. When I lived in England, you guys, at some point we were going from like one pub to the next or some shit. I was with one of my British friends from there, and I think it's okay to say it's years later. You know, like things have moved on. I think it's okay to say I had a huge crush on her. And so there was this whole thing. I don't remember why, but I didn't have my bike. We just cycled everywhere. But for some reason, like there was this group of people, right? We were in one pub. We were going to another one. It was raining cats and dogs. And so she was kind of the one, you know, like telling us we're gonna move to that pub. So half of the group went there by bike, and then the rest of us walked miserably in the rain. A lot of us expats who were not British. And then when we showed up to the pub, I was just, you know, like I removed my my hood, and I was like soaked even like through my hood and shit. And it was, you know, it's not like mad, and I meant it as a joke, like fun, playful, flirty banter. And it's just like went to her, you know, like she was all like dry and stuff like at the bar, and I was like, your country sucks and I hate it and I'm wet all over. I've never been this wet in France. I hate it. And she actually really took offense at that, and she was like, yes, it rains a lot, but it's a beautiful country, and fuck you for saying that, and I love my country. And I'm sorry, this is just weird just reminiscence of that moment. We did end up hanging out a whole lot, but nothing ever happened between the two of us. And to this day, I do not know if my feelings for her were reciprocated or not. There was some history that was weird, like there was some other French dude. Anyway, this was what, 10 years ago, some shit like that. We shall never know. But I did offend her by you know, getting mad at how much it rained in the UK. Egon, on my way to Kyoto from Tokyo, I stopped and decided to take a look into the mountains, so we took a train deep into there. Heavy rain made trees fall on the tracks. Holy shit. We're stuck in the mountains for a day. You can't really whisper pictures. No, right. I don't know. I was assuming you had them uploaded somewhere or some shit. I can whisper you my Discord handle if that works for you. Kasumi, my mother kinda knew I'd only have a soft spot for nice men. And that is... If you don't mind me saying, Kasumi, I think... I don't know. And also, again, your story, like, the story of you and your husband is so beautiful, I don't want to ruin it with my shitty fucking, you know, cynical thinking, but... You can have the kind of mindset where you are a kind and benevolent person, and so... people close to you would assume that, of course, if somebody is important to you, that they would be like that too. But also, there are some terrible people out there that will absolutely hunt down, you know, like prey on people like us. And as a parent, I think it is kind of fair to try and protect your kids from that, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying, Kasumi? And I'm not saying, again, like, I feel, and you know, like, from our interactions on Twitch and shit, I do feel like you are a kind of and benevolent person. And from what a little I know about your mom, she sounds like the same, but still, it is it's a leap of faith, isn't it? Shit, even I'm trying to project myself. If my kid told me, I met this person on the internet, they're from halfway across the world, but they're amazing, and I think I have a crush on them, I'm honestly not sure my reaction would be, awesome, let's look at how you can study there so that you can meet them in real life. And again, don't get me wrong, your mom was right, as it turned out. You know, you guys are together, it's amazing. I'm just saying, she was incredibly open-minded and kind and benevolent. Again, like, your mom sounds amazing, Kasumi. I've blocked whispers? On what, on Twitch? No. Did I? I need to fix that if that's the case. If I whisper you first, then you can whisper me. Give me a second. Give me a second. Agron, I will whisper you, and also I will, let me just note it down, because otherwise I forget. I'm just gonna whisper! Exclamation mark, and then if I don't do it right after the stream, tomorrow I will have no idea what that is, and think it's about whispers in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Agron 707. Shit, what did I do? There we go. Why is it not working? I want to whisper Agron. Oh, there it is. Got it. Hi, smiley face. Kasumi, I know that I avoid them types. That's why she trusted me. Well, it's a bit more complex than that, since we had spoken for a long time and she saw how happy he made me. So it's rather different. She just wanted me to find out for myself if it was all real. Yeah, sure. And again, Kasumi, I did not mean to be the, you know, like the doom, what do you call it? Doomsayer or anything. And again, you know, it all turned out fine. So your mom was right. And yes, and also, like, you know, on a deeper level, I think we should trust each other as human beings. And fuck all of those people that are abusing that trust and making shit hard. Again, I'm trying real hard not to talk about French politics, you guys. This is so, oh my god, this is the weirdest stream ever, but also the best stream ever. I love it. I love this conversation. I love you, Agron. I love you, Kasumi. I love you, Pickle, for making this happen. But if you guys don't mind, I've only got a half hour to go before I kill the stream, but I really need a break right now. Just like 2 minutes. 1 minute, 30 seconds. I'll be right back. You guys keep on talking. I'll be right back. I am sorry about that, but I am back. Alright. What time is it? It is 4 past, so in 26 minutes we're killing the stream anyway. But I really wanna, I love, did I say how much I love what's going on right now? Agron, Kasumi, I love you guys. This is, you know when I started streaming? It was way back in January! Which was not all that long ago, right? But this is what I hoped would happen, right? Like actual fucking, I love this so much. Thank you guys. I know I need to catch up on chat again though, so probably if you guys were here hoping to see some Midgar, what am I even saying, Corel side content, but yeah, if you all don't mind just turning this into a just chatting stream, let me catch up on chat. Why am I catching it up on here when I look weird when I can catch up on there? Alright. Yeah, I did get the photo from Agron actually. Ooh. That water is weird. It was raining out. Alright, they're Kasumi and Agron are talking about the photo I'm gonna look up in a second. There is a Japanese drink. This is from Agron. Like sweet yogurt milky like drink. What? Oh my god, that sounds like a Turkish drink. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway. It was delicious. I just can't for the life of me find the name of it. I bought it all the time. Pickle says Milkies. Kasumi says, you want to know what the name of the drink is? Agron says, not Milkies. I do want to know what the drink is. Kasumi, we have a few like that. Was it called Pico? Yes! Huh. I'm a vegan. I'll never taste this, but I'm interested. Agron, I'm gonna check out the photo. Agron, would you mind if I shared it on stream? If it's okay with, actually, let me look at it first, see if like we can see your face or anything on it. But if it's just a you know, sunset type picture, yeah. Oh my god. I can share it. You're fine with that? Really cool. Thank you, bro. Let me just share it for the stream so everybody can see what we're talking about. Actually, this is also a good test for me. Mern, can you even do that? Alright. Give me a second. Give me a second. I think I can do it. There we go. Fuck yeah. Such a professional fucking streamer. Alright, you guys see that? This is the view. This is the view from Egron's window. And it was, what did you say, Egron? 3 a.m.? Yeah, 3 at night. Let me just zoom in. I wish I could like half zoom, but I'm not gonna go into the, but you know, this is so fucking crazy. Like, this, you know, if this was the, the view out of my fucking window at 3 a.m. In France, I would freak the fuck out, man. This is like end of the world shit. It's not supposed to look this bright. It is crazy. And again, like I was saying earlier, I think, and I don't know if any of you, my peeps from France are still in chat, but like, in my mind, Denmark didn't get it as rough. Like, I thought in Denmark it was pretty similar to here in France. Maybe, you know, like shorter nights, shorter days during the season and shit, but I didn't think it would be like 3 a.m. bright as fuck like that. It is crazy, Egron. Thank you so much for sharing. You couldn't sleep because of the light. You didn't feel tired at all. You know what's funny? I have kind of well, this is just me being weird, I guess. I have insomnia. Not like, I know some people really suffer from insomnia, and don't get me wrong. I don't have like hardcore, well, I do suffer from, what do you call it? Like, you know, sometimes I will be exhausted, and I just won't be able to sleep for hours on end. And I do feel like, this is all just like how I feel about it, right? I've never had any professional look at it or anything, but I do feel like daylight actually helps me sleep, if that makes any sense. But it needs to not be bright. Like, my room is amazing. I don't know if you guys can see, but like, I live in a really old house in the French countryside, and so I have this very thick shutters. And so they're both like very thick in that it's incredible how dark my room gets, but also they're old, so there is some light rays shining through and shit. I don't know if you guys know what I'm saying, but it's just like this kind of feeling when like the birds are singing outside, the world is waking up, and it is not pure darkness, but it is, you know, controlled darkness with just a tiny hint that it is light out, and this is when I get my best hours sleep. From 6 in the morning to noon, essentially, is when I sleep the best. But I know I'm fucking weird, but... Pickle, you have crazy bad insomnia. I'm so sorry to hear, brother. I know how much it is. Like, it's a fucking... It can ruin a life, can it? And again, this is something that, you know, we know for a fact that not sleeping enough will mess with your head. Insomnia is really, really bad. I heard this really interesting thing from this lady that worked at Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders, about what's happening in Gaza right now. And she was saying that one of the great many things that we don't even realize is that all those kids are not getting proper sleep. Every single night, they're hearing bombings all night long during the hours, you know, the most formative hours for their brains and shit. And you know, she's all like, obviously, the trauma of what's going on is terrible, but even that aspect, that alone, like, they have not had a proper night's sleep in years. They're at an age where it's even more important, and we know that for adults, this shit would fuck you up. Like, this needs to stop. That's not what she's saying. That's what I'm saying. This shit needs to stop. Yes, insomnia is terrible. I'm sorry, Pickle, that you suffer from it. Kasumi, the brand here is known as... Oh, you guys are talking about milky fucking drinks. Which is... I'm sorry, I'm kidding. I'm not one of those vegan people that would yell at you for drinking milky drinks. I'm just, you know, easier to catch up on me. Egron, I'm sorry, I do want to read that out, Egron, because it's just, I'm interested. Egron says, the Japanese yen isn't doing so well, so my Danish kroner made me able to buy a ton of it. This is so interesting that Egron, like, you would even, like, you'd have that kind of, I'm sorry, it's not at all an attack on you or anything, Egron. This is not meant to sound aggressive, but I don't know, those things, like, when I was in school, I guess you'd call not school, like, what the fuck is the equivalent? It's because of the weird French system. It's like end of bachelor, beginning of masters in most places in the world, I guess you'd call it. Had this mandatory course that was called MMF for Monnaie et Marché Financier. So it's like currencies and financial markets. I had to attend this shit. Well, they could not force me to actually go to class, which I did the first day and then never again. But they did force me to sit the exam, and I needed to, like, you know, it was part of my thing to pass the year or whatever. Anyway, it's just, I fucking, and I was 22, 23 when I had to go through that shit. And I sat for 2 hours of, what do you call it? Like, a lecture. You know, the kind of shit where it's just like one old white dude talking at you and you can't ask any questions or anything. You're just supposed to like take it all in, which is fine sometimes when you get a brilliant, you know, lecturer. But in this case, I was like, what the fuck are you talking? Wait, like 5 minutes in, I was like, everything you say is, you know, like I get that what your end goal is to teach me like technical knowledge about how currencies work and how the world works and shit, so that I can use that to make some companies richer. But I'm just like, your intro to your course, brother, is I want to stop right now and ask you like 10 questions and possibly just maybe like get you in the town square and cut your head off if you answer them wrong, because what the fuck is wrong with you? And you're the reason this world is wrong, and I hate you for it. You're the reason the species is a failure. Anyway, I'm sorry. I kind of had that like fucking knee-jerk reaction to currencies and the whole thing. And so now when people talk about, oh, you know, the yen is doing so and so and the euro and stuff, I'm like, how did you manage to get through the... I'm sorry, you guys, this was very personal. And again, I keep bringing it back to that, right? But like, situation, like, there's a lot going on with French politics. And I think it's fucking up with my brain a little bit. But yeah, again, not at all an attack against you, Agron. It's the opposite of that. Is that we've established that you're a lot younger than me, bro, and I'm so surprised that you would even like have that knowledge, because when you start talking about how currencies actually have a value and that it fluctuates over time, because like anything else, it's a good, and like offer and demand, and then I don't get that. Makes me mad. It makes me mad just talking about it. I don't know. Hey, Gwen, I'm just fucking smart. Damn right you are, my brother. You're fucking smart. I love having you on here. I'm gonna rely on you to explain financial shit to me from now on, if you don't mind, kid. Pickle, I sometimes can't sleep for several days, like 5 days of being awake. I get very confused and forgetful when I haven't slept. Holy shit, Pickle. Yeah. 5 days without sleep is fucking hardcore, brother. I've never, again, you know, when I started saying like I have insomnia, I have very mild insomnia where I, you know, maybe like for 48 hours I won't sleep, but it's never more than that. I really didn't mean to like imply that I had proper insomnia. But yeah, Pickle, what you're talking about, I can only imagine, brother, what that feels like. And yeah, again, like when I haven't slept for 48 hours, I get so weird. I can tell that my brain is not working like it's supposed to, right? Like everything is my contact with reality, since this is kind of my thing. Like it's one of the things I'm thinking about, but I know it's all messed up. 5 days. I cannot imagine what this is like. I just hope, I don't know. I know this is like, I know it won't do any good, brother, but I hope it does not happen to you again. I hope, you know what I'm saying, is that I feel for you. And again, like I was saying, I don't want to say, oh, this is terrible, because I don't even know, right? It's fucking hell. I can't imagine that, Pickle. I'm sorry. Did everything fix itself, or did Cloud kiss Yuffie? Everything fixed itself. Pickle raided me, and we've been talking about shit. We've been doing his Just Chatting stream for ages now, instead of playing the game, so hopefully I don't get the Yuffie. I really, you know, I'd be happy with any dating scene. Some of them would obviously make me a lot happier than others. If it is Barrett or Tifa, I'm over the moon. Yuffie would just, I don't even understand why it's an option. I don't want it to be a Yuffie scene. It would really make me sick. Red is all like weird, but okay. I guess I'd have a lot to say. We'd have a lot to debrief on. Like, we could talk about this for like a full-on 3.5 hour stream, right? About bestiality and how that relates to anti-speciesism, I guess. You know what? No, I'm putting Red up top there. I would love a Red 13 scene because I think I'd have a lot to say about that. Not that I like saying shit. I think it would be worth debriefing. Aerith is like, it's just the mainstream fucking expected thing. So I'd be disappointed if it's what we get. Also, if it's anything like the other OG and remake, like it's kind of like wired in so that by default you get Aerith. And since I haven't been paying attention at all to which one we're gonna get, I think there's a good chance we're getting it. So Aerith would be the most disappointing. Yuffie would be unacceptable. And then am I forgetting? There is no Kite Sith date sim. Is there? You know what? I'd be down for that. I don't even know what to expect. It'd be weird as fuck. Fuck it. I just don't want Yuffie, please. Ideally not Aerith, but I'll roll with it. And then any other ones will make me happy. I might go to bed. I'll just lay in my bed for a couple hours. Are you talking right now, Agron? Do you also have... I think this is what I call like mild insomnia. I don't know how tired you are. I don't know how early you woke up today, but when it gets light, you'll sleep. Hey, Agron, this might sound weird. Actually, I really don't mean it to sound weird, but like if you suffer from the... also, this is so stupid. We've met, what, a grand 1 hour ago, and I'm gonna say this like you haven't thought of this before. I'm sorry. Just like stupid thought. But maybe if you move... you don't have insomnia, you just have a fucked sleep schedule. Alright, brother. I can relate to that as well. I think my insomnia is... I don't fucking... Again, insomnia. I don't know that I can even use that word. I just know that sometimes I'm exhausted and I can't sleep for shit. And I hate that. I have a fucked sleep schedule, for sure. But it is of my own, you know... I do this to myself, so we're gonna just live with the consequences. But yeah, no, sometimes it's just ain't cool. Like, it's a very weird feeling, you guys, when you're like exhausted, you're laying in bed, and you can't sleep. And so you try to do things. You're like, okay, let me try reading. This might put me to sleep. You can't read because you're too tired. So you'll read like 3 pages and just like read them over and over and over again because you can't even, your brain can't even, you know. You'll be like, all right, I can't read then. I listen to a podcast. And then the podcast will stop making sense and you feel like you're falling asleep. And then you'll be like, hey, I'm back. It is, I hate it. It's a weird fucking feeling. It's very strange and I hate it. And again, like I was saying, I've experienced it in very, very mild. It's never gotten as bad as it's gotten for Pickle. Or I know a great many people suffer from proper insomnia. I have one of my close friends who has it like Pickle has. Like, they will not sleep for days on end. It's fucking... I don't think us people that have not experienced it can even begin to grasp how fucking... It's fucked up. It is fucked up. Agron, I just like listening to nice music when sleeping is relaxing. Yo, this is really interesting, Agron. There used to be a time where I fell asleep listening to music, and then I totally stopped that. And I can't really remember why I did, but I do remember, yeah, there was a time when I'd listen to, I think Emancipator was my shit. Like, I listened to Emancipator, and it helped me, you know, like, what do you call it? When a tyrant rocks. It would rock me to sleep. Ironically, it was very much not rock, but yeah, I can get that. I also feel like if you have that kind of problem where like you can't properly go to like just actually fall asleep even though you're tired, and you're not willing to use chemistry to fix it because chemistry can do that for you, then yeah, whatever works, right? Whatever works. You listen to indie country songs and indie pop. You like the guitar, exactly. Like, you know, if you found, I feel like this is one of those things, like you found the one recipe that works for you, that's just fucking great and you should stick to it. I was telling, I don't want to name drop her again because I did it earlier and freaked her out a bit. I was telling somebody really important in my life who sometimes hang out on chat here about that and how one recipe that I've found, it's a little weird, but it's Preston Jacobs. I don't know if any of you guys are Song of Ice and Fire fans, like the books that inspired Game of Thrones, the TV show. Not the shitty TV show, the actual books. But Preston Jacobs is a YouTuber, podcaster, you know, like theoretician, theorist. I don't fucking know. I should know that word. Anyway, you know, he's just like he's a content creator for A Song of Ice and Fire. And anyway, he's made tons of different types of content. One of which is like he reads the book that is not yet been released, that some say will never be, but then George R. R. Martin, the author, hinted at it being released before next summer, so within a year. But then again, it's not the first time that he's hinted at things and it didn't happen. I don't even want to talk about the meta of this fucked up fandom. I just want to talk about Preston Jacobs and his Prepping for Winter series, where he just reads a few chapters from the book that has not been released. Like George read them at conventions or whatever. And Preston did this thing where he goes through each chapter like line by line. He pauses his fucking and he's crazy. Like, this motherfucker, I love Preston Jacobs. He's one of my... Actually, I've said this before on stream, but like, I want to be the kind of streamer that Preston Jacobs... I want to be to Final Fantasy what Preston Jacobs is to A Song of Ice and Fire. He really is. He's like a role model for me. But also, he's out of his goddamn mind. Like, some of his theories, you guys, is just like... He's crazy. I love him. And again, like, it's been over 10 years since a book has been released in the main, series that we're interested in this fandom. And he still comes up with new shit through analysis of the same book. So, of course, you need to be a little wacko to be on that level. Anyway, I love this dude. What I'm saying is that there's one specific series of podcasts, videos, whatever that he did, that just, I found that it works. It's a thing that works for me. Like, I listen to it, and it does put me to sleep in most situations, even when I'm in that weird freak out mode where I'm like too tired to do anything but too hyper, I don't know, like weird, Again, I use the word insomnia, even though this is not insomnia. What Pickle was saying is insomnia, but my little mild insomnia episodes, Preston Jacobs fixes it very often. But the thing is that, and he's a content creator. He's still creating new content that is still very high quality, in my humble opinion. But the funny thing is that I need to listen to that series. I don't know why. It's just a recipe that works for me. Like indie pop for you, Agron, I guess. It's just like, I don't know, his voice, it's smoothing. I think even, maybe it's part of it. It's because I've listened to this stupid podcast so many fucking times. Because I know exactly what he's going to say, my brain can kind of go into that mode where it's like, oh, he's almost at the point where he talks about how Euron is God. And I'm like, yeah, I just fall asleep. I don't know, but it works. And when I'm really like, a lot of options. It is not, these days I don't have a job. I don't work these days. So it's actually fairly rare for me to really need to wake up in the morning. And when I do, it's often for things I want to do. Like I'm going to go help somebody or drive somebody to the station or meet friends, or it's stuff I want to do, have a morning date. Shit. And I'm kind of like, I'm fine with going there not having slept at all, because it's fine. I can just sleep afterwards. It's not that when you have work or children or whatever, like outside fucking pressure on you, needing to be at your full potential in the morning type shit. So it's been a very long time since I've used, this is my, this is like my panic button. When I really need to get to sleep and I'm exhausted, I listen to Prepping for Winter by Preston Jacobs and I will sleep like a baby. And I love that. I'm sorry, you guys. What am I talking about? I'm talking about insomnia. Pickle, recently I've been woken up very early by my kitten. She wakes up as soon as the sun rises. Dad, the sun is awake, so I'm awake. Play with me. I'm sorry, Pickle. I hope you won't find this. Might try very randomly to voice act your kitty to be offensive. I did not mean it as offensive. I meant it as playful and fun. But yeah, I am both blessed and the cat who lives with me, she's right there right now. Actually, she's sleeping on the couch next to me. She doesn't really give a fuck about me. She will come sleep with me sometimes, but only when she decides. She would never wake me up in the morning like come play with me. She doesn't want to play with me. She wants to go outside and play with the other cats, or I don't even know what she does. She spends most of her days outside. But she seems happy. That's the only thing whatever works. life is just about being happy, I guess, unless you can reach some deeper understanding of the universe, which I definitely haven't, and she might have, so I'm just here to try and make sure that she can be happy, despite living with me. Or because she lives with me, I don't know. I do feel like she sometimes derives happiness from us living together, for what it's worth. Agron, wait! I'm sorry, Agron. With the delay and me being late on chat, I don't know how long ago you said that. Did I watch Eurovision? No, I did not, brother. No, I did not. What happened at Eurovision? Give me the good shit. Did the wait? It was last year that Ukraine won, and this year they came in the top something. I don't know. This is the only thing I can think of that might make. I don't know. What happened at Eurovision? Tell me, Agron. I need to know. Switzerland? Fuck, man. Any of you, chat? Any of you from Switzerland? Can I badmouth Switzerland? Oh, Sweden won last year? I'm so out of the loop. Ukraine was 2022. Wait, when did the war start? I feel terrible not knowing. But you know what? It is. Oh my god, it's 28 past. You guys, I need to kill the stream. France should have won? Holy shit, who was the artist, Agran? Who was even representing France? I am so out of the loop on Eurovision, Agran, I have no idea. But if it's French, I probably know them. I hope. Excuse me, yo. Pickle about his cats. Nimbus is white and completely deaf. Venta is black and an asshole. That is... I love the way you even phrase it, Pickle, I love it. It was Slimane with Mon Amour. Oh, yeah, Slimane is really big in here. This is really interesting. We get a Danish and a British person saying that Slimane should have won. I definitely listen to his song then. I'll listen to Mon Amour. He walked 2 meters away from the mic and sung, and he was somehow still clear. And so, what did Switzerland do? What was it like? And also, you guys, before I kill the stream, if you don't mind me asking, again, like always, don't feel like you have to answer. I was the same question at the beginning of the stream when Tom and Lama were here. I'm just very curious, as Europeans, as fellow Europeans, have you guys heard about what's going on in France in terms of politics? And, just, has it made the news in Denmark and the UK yet? What's happening in France, because it's kind of fucking crazy, and I'm curious about. I just want to know if people are hearing about it elsewhere. Do people even care that France might? I don't fucking know. Have you heard about it? Agron, Switzerland was like a mix between opera, rap, and some other stuff. I mean that's not much to go like. That sounds good to me. I don't know. I see how that could be cool. Because Switzerland, a song about being non-binary. Oh, it was a really good and catchy song. The performance was great too. Shit. Again, I don't know the song by Slimane, so I don't want to. But if it also has the, I do feel like it's definitely something we should sing about and we should celebrate. Being NB. So, you know what, you guys. I'm gonna listen to. Let me note it down on my little notes, because otherwise I won't do it. I'm gonna listen to Slimane's song, and then I'm gonna listen to the Switzerland song and see if I would have voted for my own country. And again, this is before it went crazy and fascist. Slimane songs and then Switzerland. I really hope I can look all this shit up before I go to my roulette date with Sora in 14. Because otherwise I would be so confused at my notes tomorrow. Agron, I don't respect that you walked out with the non-binary flag. I get why, but it's not allowed and you're only supposed to show your flag. I don't know, Agron. If you're okay with discussing it, his song was good. I guess I just don't really respect all the rules that were broken this year. You guys, I really, it's time for me to kill this stream. I don't want to. Agran, I'm so glad I met you tonight. I fucking love your. I love the way you look at things. I love the conversation we had with Kasumi and shit. So if you'll allow me to disagree with you in a very non-aggressive way, I think rules, generally speaking, laws, any types of, rules are only useful insofar as they are beneficial to us all. And even if if you'll allow me, let's take a step back. We are all human beings. You, me, that NB singer from Switzerland. Donald fucking Trump is a human being. I hate admitting it, but it's true. Why is it? Why is it that we create societies, we create fucking, game shows about songs, we create all those abstract things, we create Final Fantasy games, abstract things, and we use rules for them to work out. But they are all human constructs. There are no rules in the universe that apply to human beings at the very least. And therefore, any rule that has been created by human beings, should only serve to make things better for human beings. And the thing is that, one, bad rules can be created. When bad human beings are in a position where they can create rules, there are bad rules, and we should get rid of them. Two, things change. Societies change. The world changes. Everything changes. So we should, every single waking moment, as human beings who live in... I live in a society, right? The fucking Joker meme is true. We live in societies. But it is not to say that we should just, them's the rules. Therefore, it's alright. And I'm fucking... Again, not at all against you, Agran. I'm just talking more like... Philosophically speaking. Fucking, again, let's take a step back. To me, them's the rules is never a good argument, a good point. If them's the rules, the answer should be why. And if you cannot answer that, then them rules should be fucking changed. Because the world changes, because things changes, because bad people could have put bad rules into place. Because we might have just forgotten why this is a good rule, and we might need to make a mistake again to that's why. And maybe next time we make up the same rule, we will put that failsafe into place that when somebody goes why is that the rule? We can be like, Second World War, France, check it out. You know what I'm saying? All this to say, Agran, and I don't want to offend you in any way, but I do feel like given the state of the world, given how our LGBTQ plus brothers and sisters and other human beings are being treated, the stupid fucking oppression that they've been receiving for eons, and the fact that we're finally and I do think it's again, I'm sorry, I don't want to bring it back to the craziness happening in France right now, but we are both one of the rare fucking things, the few fucking things that the modern world was doing right, is progress on that front and on the feminism front. It was slow, it was too slow, but it was something. It was something. And so yeah, in this sad, fucked up Western world is just crumbling and veering into populism and fascism and bigotry and hatred. Yeah, I think breaking the specific rule of the only flag you can show on stage should be the one from your country and showing the NB flag. Not only do I think it is okay, I think it is brilliant. I think it is an act of courage. And I will listen to both the songs, the French and the Switzerland songs. But with everything you guys have said, I'm pretty sure I like the Swiss song better. They deserve that fucking win. Because it's an important message to fucking give. Especially now. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Agran, but I think Denmark is one of the very few, if not the only, of the 20... How many countries even are there in the European Union? 26? 27? Are we still 27? I don't fucking know, but I think you guys are the only one that are left-wing. Fuck, man. It is... What's happening in France is terrifying and sad, and I'm hopeful that we can fix it still. But it's happening all over the world. Argentina, the US very soon, maybe. I hope not. But you know what I'm saying? Obviously, fucking... Italy, Turkey, it's happening all over the world. Hatred and I don't know. I feel like considering the way the world is, then yeah, we should break the rules. We should break the rules. It's supposed to be a lighthearted song competition. You know what? Nothing should be lighthearted when it is the end of the world, when it comes to the environment, and it is the end of personal freedom. We are on the cusp of doing terrible shit like we did at the beginning of last century. Let's not do that. And there is no place to be lighthearted. It is totally okay to break the rules of a lighthearted contest and make it political. It is totally okay to make the LGBTQA plus fight at the forefront at Eurovision. Is my personal vision. And all that being said, I'm so sorry. I'm not supposed to do that. I was just ranting and I did not look at the chat. Let me catch up on everything you guys said. Also, we're over time, you guys. I'm sorry for you guys that we're not gonna play the Rebirth again. Alright, I'm catching up on chat. Again, I'm so sorry. This is fucking... I was just talking about, like, bigot politicians and shit. And I guess in a way I just did that by, like, monologuing without looking at what you were saying back at me. I'm so sorry, brother. I will catch up. I will go through everything you said and we will have a chat. And I miss Pickle. I guess you're gone now, Pickle, but good night, brother, just in case you hung around. Thank you so much for the raid once again, Pickle. You are fucking amazing, and you brought me Agron, and I cannot thank you enough for that. You know what, you guys, I'm not going to do my usual thing of, like, reading everything Agron says. I will just stop on the things that I want to talk about, if that's okay. I guess it's weird just looking at my face, reading the chat, but... Excuse me. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to read everything because I feel like I'm... In this way, I like to say that every single, even slightly political thing in Eurovision instantly makes me dislike stuff about it because it's meant to show talent and be non-political. So I get why people represent messages, but in my personal opinion, that should be shown outside of Eurovision. I have nothing against any of the messages, but in my opinion, please hold it outside of Eurovision. I haven't forgotten why it was even a rule. It has been a rule since it started. To reunite all the countries with talented songs. Personally, in my country, there is no discrimination at all. I don't see it here, so I don't see the reason for protests around it. I hope you can see my point of view. Denmark want left wing. We were ecologists voted. Sorry, let me just... I'll answer to everything else you said, Agron, but just on this one tiny point, it's really interesting. In France, the main ecologist group is, like, left-wing. Everybody considers them to be that and stuff. So sorry for the... it's national bias. It is not... Well, it is ignorance, but you know what I'm saying. I'm sorry about that. Right, you guys, the ecologists won. Still, it was either extreme right-wing or right-wing over most of Europe, and you guys are one of the last fucking... what do you even call it? Tower defense. You guys are still fucking human beings. I appreciate that about Denmark. And there were other left wings, but that's beside the point. My bad then. I just remember looking at the map. It was not definite results. It was when France was definitely fascist, and I looked at it, and like the whole map was right wing. But you see my point on the discussion of Eurovision, and I hope you at some point read it. We are the last actual sane people here. I don't know if you're talking about you and me on this here stream or about Denmark in Europe, but if it's Denmark in Europe, at least politically. I read all of it, Agron. And so, if you don't mind, talking about it, I don't want to make you uncomfortable and shit. I absolutely hear and I understand what you're saying about Eurovision. Talent before politics and stuff. And my stance, and I hope that you can hear and understand it too, is that sometimes there is emergency, I don't know, sometimes there's no time for lighthearted fun, and I really feel like the situation in Europe today, I'm sorry, but we have no time for lighthearted fun. Pickle, I'm still here, I'm just heading to bed now. I'll stick around until the end. Bonne nuit. Oh my god, Pickle, now you're making like, I was all like, fuck it, I can just go overtime and chat with Agron, but if I definitely don't want to contribute to your insomnia, brother. So, thank you for being here, Pickle. Thank you so very much for the raid. You have turned the way the stream was going to go in the best of way possibles, and I am incredibly grateful for that. So, thank you, Pickle. And yeah. Yes, but there's so many other places to bring the harsher stuff up. But is there though? Is there? And again, I feel again, please don't take this as a personal attack against you, Agron, but you know, as a sometimes when times are hard, we need calming. I actually fully agree with that. And I think actually maybe this might be a and I don't know. I feel like here in France we get a whole lot of calming shit. They you know what I'm saying? Like so many people are. It's one of those things I just said it earlier. You know, sometimes I say stuff, and when I say it, I realize I don't personally believe it. But I don't know. I feel like. All right. Also, sorry. I don't know if you don't mind, Agron, or any of you guys that are still here in chat. I would be very curious to know, if you're not from France, if you've heard what's happening in France. There is a political clusterfuck in France, like there's never been. There is a very, very good chance that in 3 weeks' time, you guys, the Prime Minister of France will be a fascist. I'm not exaggerating. This is not me being all Morgan about this. It's literally what might happen. And so in that mind frame, and it's been so it might happen in 3 weeks finally, but like it's something that's been boiling under the you know, in the kettle for a very long time. The extreme right wing in France has been getting more and more airtime, both on private television, many of which are owned by extreme right wing billionaires with an agenda, but also on public television. It's just, you know what I'm saying? And Agron, I realize that I don't know how it is in Denmark, but the very fact that the European elections went so differently in your country and in mine are making me think that maybe you don't have that fucking, if you'll pardon my French, but cancer. I feel like, you know, like France has cancer. It has media cancer. It has political cancer. We are talking about the wrong stuff. When we get politicians on TV shows or on the radio, what they get asked about is, what about immigration? And what about security? I don't even think that works in English, but like, la sécurité in French. Supposedly French people are feeling threatened by something, this weird, abstract, fascist construct of violence that is just a... Shit, the kids in the poorest... I'm sorry, I should not bring my politics into that, but people suffering from that, you know, abstract violence that's all around, they're not the ones those fascists want you to think they are. It's the opposite. They are the ones suffering from it. Anyway, my point is just that I'm doing it again, Agron. I'm sorry, I'm rambling and not reading the chat, but here in France, considering the urgency, 3 weeks from now we might become a fascist state. And I'm sorry, but in those circumstances, no, there is no such thing as there are some places to talk about real shit, and there are some places to watch talent. If it is talent from somebody that's gonna vote for the fascists, I don't want to see it. I don't want to accept it. You might be talented, but there is no place for you. You should not get airtime. You should not. You know what I'm saying? And conversely, anybody from a minority, anybody from the LGBT plus community, anybody that has suffered, anybody who's been living in France without the French nationality lately, they're the people I want to hear right now. They're the people I want to see on air. I want to see them wave flags. I want to see Palestinian flags. I want to see Ukrainian flags. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to fucking fight back. And I don't think in this urgency situation there is such a thing as, you know, there's a place for that. There's a place for politics and there's a place for no politics. My stream will always be open to politics, because I think that's the whole thing. Is sometimes we don't have time to just chill and watch songs and talent right now. And again, I'm not saying that's the case in Denmark, but right now in France, it ain't the time. You know, maybe Slimane was the better singer. I don't give a fuck. That message was important because clearly there are people in France who might become a majority very soon that do not believe that message is important. So hijacking Eurovision is a good fucking thing to rub it in those people's face. And I'm sorry for you, Agron, who lives in a country where people are less I don't know, fascist. But clearly for French people, it was useful. It was useful, and again, not having listened to any of those two songs, I realize Eurovision is not supposed to be political, but I will still say, I'm glad that Swiss NB singer won because we need them. And again, you know, I'm straight, I'm cis, I'm white, I'm French. I'm not the one who's gonna suffer when those crazy people take the power. But I want to fight alongside my brothers and sisters and all the rest. I'm so fucking mad. I'm sorry. I did it again. I'm ranting. Let me catch up on chat. I'm sorry, y'all. Agron about, have you heard about what's happening in France? Not quite a lot. Only the shit in La Seine. I love that. You know, so I've heard about that from an American show. I did not, as a Frenchman, I did not even hear about the whole let's poop in the Seine so that the mayor has to swim in poop. You're gonna need to go to bed though. You need to sleep. Shit. Agron, did I miss you? You're going to bed. I'm so sorry, brother. Again, I was ranting. Good night, Agron. I am so glad we met. I hope I did not offend you with any of the shit I said, and I hope you know how much I appreciate you talking to me, your opinions and shit. It was a brilliant talk. I think you might be gone, Agron. That's all right. I'm also way over time, you guys. Woo! What a fucking night! What a fucking night! Not what we're used to, but this is fucking great. This is what I want with my channel. So let me just check who's online to see who we're gonna raid. Shit. Give me just a second. Shit. Wait, Alright, you guys. We're gonna raid, unless one of you guys have a raid suggestion, we're gonna raid my homie, the True Canadian Frog. And he's playing High on Life. He's been, I've never played this game, but he's been putting a lot of, what do you call it? Reels, shorts on YouTube. And it does sound fun as hell. So, and he's been giving me crazy, he's been incredibly, what do you call it? Oh my god, this whole conversation gonna, my brain is melted. I need a break. Let's just go raid my homie. The game sounds really, really fun. So yeah, stick with us, you guys. At least say hi. Give my homie a follow before you log out. Thank you so much for being here tonight. This is Morgan Zane signing off. I love you guys. Be kind to each other. Play more Final Fantasy. Eat less animals. Goodbye. Good night. Or see you in a minute.